find it. Looking for it.
Some weird figure skating or something.
Yep, and I see it.
Is it?
Yeah, I do like this look.
Oh, yeah.
On the Bench Podcast, we are about to start. I am kind of surprised how long the Kanye thing is lasting on social media, and it seems to like increase day by day. Like people are just not
the
catching
stakes
on.
get raised.
It's like,
Which is not going away.
it's just not going away. It's like heightening every day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
there's something new, happening with it, I guess. Well, I mean, now you have the wave of cancellation, so you have to report on that.
Yeah.
And then you analyze that. But yeah. I mean, it's its own beast. I talked to my daughter about it last night for like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just like, I don't know. Will finally came out on it today.
Yeah. I'm like, I thought he would have been like, he's usually like, he champions himself being 6 months to a year ahead of things.
Yeah, but he's
a little late here.
His impassioned defense of LeBron James.
It comes first, man.
Yeah. First, second, and third.
But he and I didn't. The volume. The take on that he had was a little like, for it to be the first time I've seen him come out and say something about it.
Yeah. I actually asked him about.
I saw it. I saw it. I thought he did. Yeah.
It was actually somewhat predictable from him as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Being that I'm here right now, I'ma go and get it right now. They committed right now. I'ma do some shit that's gonna uplift a bunch of people's spirit right now. Help them heal it right now. I'ma get them riches right now. Work plan, manifest, be speak that shit into existence right now. Can't slow down, got the vision wrote down, cause I seen it, man, I'm on right now. Focus in the motherfuckers where I'm in the zone right now. Ain't no later, dog, it's only right now.
And it's only right now.
It creates.
Right now.
No past, no future right now. All I got is right now. No past, no future right now. All I got is right now. Fuck what they did to me, gon' do, cause all I get is right now. Fuck what they did to me, gon' do, cause all I get is right now. So I focus on that when I can focus on now. Pull up at a beach on the outskirts of town. Enjoy the view and give thanks to the truth. And I go hit the yo just to shut that bitch down.
And I'm high right now. So alive right now. Clear skies right now. Living my life by my own rules. I feel what I choose.
Straight and narrow, but it's just straight and narrow. Yonder music. Do it now. Gonna take some words, okay?
And I'm right back at it. Divine alignment, fully automatic. I don't think about it. I just watch it happen. I just move toward it and I get supported. When I try to force it, it just get distorted. So I dance with it. Crystals all in my pants with it. Healing all in my hands with it. I'm an alchemist. I'm a master. I'm a rabbi. I'm a sensei. I'm a bad guy. I'm an alien. I'm an animal. I'm a cannibal. I'm so handsome, no. Yo.
And I'm high right now. Can barely open my eyes right now.
And that money we making it. Climbing these ladders and laying foundation, that's masonry. This shit is different, cause my dreams are literally chasing me. Grateful for where life is taking me. I'm living life, that's to say the least. Only true beauty can tame the beast. Only true love can tame that beast.
Are you here with me right now? Right now. Vibe with me. Vibe with me right now. Right now, yeah.
Is he rocking the Jamaican flag in that video?
It looked like it. It looked like you guys are back on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. This is unofficially our 100th episode.
Are you kidding?
When you count when we're on the radio, WPRK, and the episodes we've done here.
Wow.
Unofficially, 100th episode.
Why is it unofficial if it's 100?
Because, this new format is 70.
Oh, okay,
71, actually. 70 was last week.
Oh, I like it.
So yeah, man. Once again, that intro was Jaesun featuring Muse Right Now. That is available on YouTube. What a great video. We got it's a lot going on today, man. It's a lot going on in sports and entertainment. Once again, On the Bench Podcast, we're available on all podcast streaming platforms. Had a couple people ask today. We're on all of them. You can find us anywhere,
including Spotify. Our guy who asked about that.
Exactly. And right here on YouTube, subscribe, all of that great stuff. Like I said, a lot going on in sports and entertainment today. This is one of like the best. If you're a sports person, it's one of the best times to be alive, man. You got baseball playoffs either here or approaching.
That would be the first thing I'd mention.
NBA, NFL, hockey is live and kicking.
Champions League soccer.
Yeah, man. High school, all of that stuff, man.
Hell yeah.
If you're in Florida, you gotta love some high school football.
I enjoyed some Friday Night Lights last week.
Yeah, where?
Dr. Phillips and West Orange.
Is our guy playing?
Peyton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played.
Okay.
But crazy game. Just real quick, Dr. Phillips takes the lead 17-14 with 45 seconds left. And West Orange gets the ball, gets it up to about midfield with, I think, 6 or 7 seconds left. They run the Hail Mary. Referees missed an obvious holding call against the defensive end. Throw the ball downfield, and West Orange caught it and scored.
Oh, man.
Walk-off touchdown. Their entire bench.
Touchdown.
Yeah, the entire bench, every living being on the sideline from West Orange ran to the end zone and were celebrating. And this one guy comes running back to the midfield logo and gets on the ground, and he's just dry humping the logo.
The West Orange guy.
West Orange.
And it's at Dr. Phillips?
Yes.
Oh,
at Dr.
the
Phillips,
disrespect.
facing the bench, pointing the finger.
We have to find this guy.
This was brilliant, man. Yeah. If you're that guy and you know about this show, call us.
Yes.
Hit us. We want to have you in. You're a legend, my friend.
Yeah, that is classic.
It was.
If they play each other again, that has to be fuel. Or maybe in the playoffs, high school.
It'd have to be, I guess, in playoffs.
Yeah, because high school you only play once.
Yeah.
Quick question. Is Dr. Phillips any better than last year? We went to quite a few games last year.
Yeah, well, they got drubbed both the games I went last year.
Yeah,
this was a competitive game. I want to, our guy's Peyton, he's going to go to Texas. He's our guy. But I do want to shout out, I thought the West Orange quarterback, I think his name is Trevor Jackson. He was impressive to me.
They may be becoming a quarterback thing because they just had a D1 quarterback. Like
they did?
2 years ago.
I didn't know that.
So they may be becoming this Division I quarterback factory, man.
High school U.
But shout out to West Orange, shout out to Dr. Phillips and all the other high schools in the area, man. Getting busy, getting down.
Yeah, great game, man.
Don't say we don't talk about high school sports, but that may be the last time we mention high school sports right now on this show. All right. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. We're going to get to NBA. We're going to get to NFL. We got some, of course, Kanye West, and I got an interesting take on Dababy. What I wanted to start with, though, is just something that's been on my brain. It's non-sports. It's been on my brain for a couple of weeks. I saw a post.
Is this one of those meaning of life things we
no,
had?
No, not meaning. Well, it could be.
Okay, let's see where it goes.
You see where it goes. So I saw a post on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and I've been holding it and been thinking about it, and not verbatim word for word, but basically in essence, it said that. She asked a question. It was a woman. She said, "Do men really even still like women today, or do they only want them for sex?" Right?
Wow.
And so when you put a post like that, and it actually went
strikes close to home, doesn't it?
It went viral, and there's thousands of people commenting. So I'm reading through all the comments, and of course all the women are on there saying, yeah, you're right, girl. No, they don't, and this and that, and then you got the funny comments. Most of them are dealing with dudes and women anyway, so I don't think they like us. And then you got, of course, then you got all the guys coming on the post. Well, who are you dating? And you just dating the wrong people, and this and that. So then they going back and forth in the comments.
The Knights in Shining Armor Brigade comes
right. So and that's mostly what's happening there. And I'm sitting back, I'm reading, I'm thinking, I'm like, well, she may have a point when you really think about it, because there's several layers to it. The reason why it's not to the degree that she's saying when men don't like women. That's a ludicrous point to make, but to the point where we talked about this about a month ago on the show about is you find it hard to communicate, not even communicate, but talk to women about interesting topics. They the women that are in the dating pool, you're dating or whatever, even women you could come across on a daily basis, a lot of them just don't have interesting conversations. They just don't. So that's one thing. Then you have, if you were to put me in a room and put women in a room, and you would just ask them, what makes you happy generally on a date, after a date, in a marriage, after a marriage, in a relationship, after, whatever the case may be.
Ask you and then ask the women separately.
Yes.
And get the answers.
Get the answers.
Honest answers. Okay.
They're going to be so different. You know what I mean? What makes me happy or makes a man happy, what makes a woman. The answers are going to be so different and just generally speaking. And so what is the common ground? She likes sex, I like sex.
That's why this is not an absurd question.
You know what I mean?
It really isn't. Because and how many times has there been some variation of, if a woman's not bringing sex to the table, what is she bringing?
Right.
Like it goes both ways.
Because if you flip the question around and you say, okay, do women really like men or do they only want sex? Well, but women want security. They want a lot of, not every woman, I'm talking in generalities, the majority, or not even majority, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm talking about. They want they want a man that can provide. They want a man, like, those are things they will answer and say that makes them happy. They want a family. They want marriage. They want, they're going to say these things, and that's going to equal out to their happiness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But those things, and it's a great point. I mean, those things don't have a damn thing to do with an individual guy.
No.
These are just things that you want in your life that don't have a goddamn thing to do with Brian or Bubba.
Right.
We just are potentially the guy that's going to provide those things if we're so inspired. Mm-hmm. And the other side of that coin is, like, sex may not necessarily be about you.
Right.
It might be about, having sex.
Yeah. Just
and
getting
so
off for that time.
I do think that we're in an evolved situation where, honestly, it's a fair question. Yeah. Relationships, a lot of them don't last, whether it be like dating for a little while or long-term relationships or marriages. And, there's just a lot of, quite honestly, there's a lot of misery and unhappiness on both sides of this.
It is.
Yeah, if you talk to women, they're going to complain about the dating pool. They're going to complain about any long-term boyfriend or husband they have. And guys are going to be the same way. You're like, this chick, wants stuff I don't want to give, or I don't want to, provide all this crap to anybody or whatever. It's a fair question.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think it's an outlier. The way I look at it, it is a complete outlier if two people, like, really connect on multiple points.
Yeah, and we understand that happens here and there.
Yeah, but
once in 3 billion.
I think that's the outlier, not the norm.
Yeah, like for example, I'm being asked, this is the female talking to me. She's saying she loves holidays that makes her happy, and what do you want for Christmas? Oh, I already bought you something for Christmas. And,
already?
I'm just speaking.
Can we get past Halloween?
And, like, it's so jacked up, and it's just stuff like I just could give a damn about. I could give a rat's ass about. Oh, what do you really want? I mean, what would make you happy for Christmas? Aside from head, and this is that. I mean, well, that's really about it. I don't need anything for Christmas. I could buy.
But you answered the lady's question.
Yeah, I did.
You really don't have any interest other than that.
I mean, that's it. Wrap it up. I don't know. Put a bow on it. I don't know.
Did you ever saw the Saturday Night Live, The Dick in a Box?
No.
Oh my God, you gotta watch it. If you're out there, watch. It's Justin Timberlake and one of those other ass clowns, and they literally sing like an R&B styled song called "Dick in a Box," and it's hysterical. But yeah. That could be your standard gift for all the ladies in your life.
Well, that's a go-to Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that question is a legitimate question.
No, it is. I thought it was good. I pondered on it for several weeks
Several weeks.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you come up with?
That's what that's what I came up with. What
She's
I just
right.
described. I think, she has a lot of credence to what she's saying. And I don't think it's that crazy of a statement to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than if you're trying to, if you're trying to sneak in that all guys are down low just because they don't want to hang out with you 24/7. That's another thing I thought about here. I thought about it as well, like, because a lot of women, they want to be around the guy they're dating or in a relationship with all the time or a lot of the time. And, like, it wouldn't surprise me if a man created the rule in the workplace where no fraternization. You can't be, I can't hire, because at some point the man probably gets away from the house to go to work. Back in the day, I don't know how far we have to go back, but the day shifts probably wasn't 8 to 12 hours. It probably was lower. I have to extend the work day just to get away from home for a few more hours. So I'm going to screw the rest of the population for the next for the 3,000 years or whatever. And then to go a step further, maybe she says, "Well, okay, I'll just come work with you. And we can make money together." Well, I'll tell you what, this is a new rule.
That's not quite how the fraternization policy works.
This is a new rule. No, you can't hire anybody that's married or in a relationship. No screwing around. If I find out, you're fired.
Oh, that's nepotism.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fraternization is just people in the job site, getting together.
Okay, there you go.
Which, I mean, if you're in a small enough office, that can be awkward.
Yeah.
You can feel like that, the tension among coworkers and stuff.
Because it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, it's going to happen, but I'm saying, like, while it's happening, like, you can feel that.
Yeah.
And then inevitably when it goes south, you feel that too. It's like, I'm just trying to work here.
Yeah. No.
Can somebody do their damn job?
Exactly. No, that was good there. Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with bubbapink. Nice way to segue to our very first sponsor here. You guys do not forget overkink.com. Use promo code bubbapink and you can get all of your bedroom needs, and I do mean all, at a discount using promo code bubbapink. You did some homework?
Yeah, we got the expandable spreader and cuff set.
Okay,
so
for the item of the week.
Yeah, so this is like a metal bar that can extend between 29 and 37 inches, and you can kind of tie your partner's legs to the bar and keep them apart, and then simultaneously handcuff them. So this would fall into the category of bondage.
Whoa.
And so
you get the bar and the handcuffs in that set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, expandable spreader bar and handcuffs.
Oh, man.
So you can really kind of completely restrain your partner and have your way with them.
Oh, man.
Have you ever done that?
I have not.
Really?
I've done the handcuffs.
You did handcuffs, but no spreader bar.
No bar.
Yeah, no spreader bar here either. Yeah. But maybe you should investigate a little bit further.
Yeah, man.
Expand
that's the next level.
Expand your repertoire.
That's it, man. That's it. You got to keep things a little spicy, man.
It's a little bit more than spicy.
Let's go here. Let's go to some sports here.
Spreader bars and handcuffs too.
Yeah.
This week in the NFL.
I know, right? I'll tell you who's not going to be using any of the spreader and handcuffs is our guy Tom Brady here, man. As the rumors are spreading fast that the divorce is already finalized.
Is it?
Yeah, official report hasn't come out, but that's what TMZ and all of those guys.
I think this is going to help Tom's play. I do.
So
since it's finalized.
Yeah, since it's finalized.
No, if that's true, it's now behind you. I'm not saying maybe there's some emotional carryover, but it would, it's damn certain more difficult to play and function while that's hanging over you than to be behind you.
If it is, which we don't know because the official reports haven't been official, but that was pretty quick, man. Unless it had been in the works for a while, which is probably accurate.
Yeah, I'm sure
as well.
Yeah.
But I have a list here of some struggling quarterbacks, and my question to you is, if you had to bet every dollar you have, which quarterback would turn it around? Who would you put your money on to turn it around?
Tom Brady
First. Brady.
Tom Brady. Number one, he's the GOAT. Number two, when healthy, I like his offensive weapons. Number three, he's not gonna give up.
Mm-hmm.
That's 28-3, all that stuff. That he's not gonna give. He's gonna keep after this. Aaron Rodgers has already devolved into like criticizing people, and kind of
Yeah, he's been doing that since training camp.
Yeah, yes. I don't see a comeback. And Russell fucking Wilson is on fucking planet zero. That guy is lost. Did you see his interview about the flight overseas? Watching film and doing high knees for 6 hours?
Right.
Like, what a fucking imbecile. Like, this guy has just lost the plot.
Yeah.
And, here's another thing. There was a podcast clip from Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman. And it kind of came out that, like, they can't even reach him, like, directly. If they want to reach out to Russell for something, there's, like, an intermediary, And it struck me because Tom Brady, and I don't want to make Tom sound perfect because he's probably not. But I remember when he signed with the Bucs, the GM who signed him, like, said, you know what Tom's first request was? Everybody on the team's cell phone number, because he wanted to reach out.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Russell Wilson he's just lost the plot as an NFL quarterback and a leader. And maybe he's lost it along the way, and it's just kind of coming full steam because it's in a new situation and it's just not playing well. But that guy's just off the reservation, man.
He's almost, that too, but in his play on the field, he almost looks unrecognizable.
You could argue that none of those three guys are like straight between the lines playing good football.
Oh, for sure.
I'll accept that.
Yeah.
But Russell, the problems are deeper, and that's how I'm looking at, like, why would I say Tom Brady is, potentially in the best position to get back to a high level? I love his mentality. If the divorce is in fact behind him, it's probably going to take a little psychological burden off of him, and I like his weapons.
Also, it's just something about luck, man. It just is. And
good luck or Andrew Luck?
Good luck.
Okay.
Tom Brady's just the luckiest guy alive because he goes from the Patriots where he was in the weakest division for 15 plus years. And now he's in a division so weak that Tampa Bay is an awful team. And they're in first place in their division because their division is once again
terrible.
God awful. They're first in their division. I looked at that today. And I was just like, how is this even remotely fucking possible? And
so what is it? It's them, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad team.
All of them. And so there you have it.
And hold on.
Oh,
fuck the Saints for starting the Red Rooster over a healthy Jameis.
Andy?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
That's
Jameis has done nothing to warrant losing the starting job. And that guy, I hope he loses every game. I hope he gets fired. I hope he's homeless.
Who's that, the coach?
Yeah, the coach. Yeah. The coach.
No, I said this before the year started. That's one of the worst coaches I've ever seen. He just fails every way. I
didn't even know, where did he come from?
I know he was a coordinator and he had one other coaching stint, but he's a bad coach. Allen, right? That's
Bruce Allen or something.
Dennis
Allen. Yeah. I didn't know his resume at all. I thought he was like a longtime Saints assistant and just was like the obvious choice last minute. So,
but I'll tell you what. I think I will still say. I want to say Aaron here. You made a great point about Tom Brady. Just outside of the division, everything like that. I'm just saying he wants everybody's phone number, and you just know you gotta have to wheel him off. You know what I mean? But Aaron, I think he is playing. He's not playing the best football, but he's not playing incredibly bad either. I mean, these receivers they're just bad. All right. Not only are they dropping a lot of passes, but Green Bay receiving core in the entire league, they're dead last in separation rate. Right, they're dead last. Every team in the league. All right, they're number 2 in drops. It's just a terrible. He doesn't have a tight end. That he has that report that you can go to. Like Mahomes loses Tyreek, but at least he still has Kelsey. But he doesn't have that. The running game, they're bottom 10 in rushing. And you come in this year, you think they're going to lean more into that with Aaron Jones and that other running back they have there,
Dylan.
But the reason why I just say, you think rookie receivers, they just take a few games or even a year maybe, and I just think as the season progresses, they can get just a little bit better.
But do you not think like Rodgers' sort of mentality and demeanor is going to kind of put them further on edge rather than build confidence in them?
It depends. What kind of athlete are you? Is that going to kill you? I mean, because he's not. He is saying things that maybe a starting quarterback shouldn't say about his teammates. You're supposed to be a leader. You're supposed to be uplifting. You're supposed to be that. But also he's not saying the most derogatory.
No, I mean he's not just saying like slanderous, outlandish things.
Hey, the guy's not playing well. We're gonna have to sit him. It's just that you're not playing well. You're gonna have to sit, and he's excluding himself. That's the bad part about it. He's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Most quarterbacks like Brady saying, "Hey, we all need to do better," stuff like that.
And it does speak to the. I mean, it's going to come down to the resilience of the receiver.
Yeah, that's
like their individual mentality. Yeah. But you're not doing a lot to help.
Right? No. You're not doing.
Yeah, you're not doing much at all. That's the thing, and so. I feel like they're probably closer to an implosion. Yeah. Or maybe, I could also Aaron Rodgers is an odd guy. I could also see, an injury coming. No, I mean seriously.
No,
I could see him if it doesn't turn around in the next couple weeks where they're in contention for playoffs. I could easily see him shutting himself down for maybe the final 6 or 7 games with the, high ankle sprain or whatever.
Out of playoff contention, I think Aaron sits it down.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, maybe I overestimate Tom Brady. I just don't see that happening. I think he's going out guns blazing.
But Russ is too. I mean, Russ is not going to.
Well, no, Russ is a whole different issue.
But he's just
he's just like, again, like you had this good run in Seattle.
Yeah.
You come to Denver, and it's just literally he's not playing well, and he's making every possible bad step off the field.
Yeah.
There's no, he's literally shutting every door that would be a pathway back to cohesiveness.
And he's making Pete Carroll into genius. Like, we were so down on Pete at one point, the NFL community, because everybody was saying, "Let Russ cook. What are you doing?" And you don't know what you're doing. Pete Carroll's losing his touch. He's not he's not unloading Russ, and the offense is not looking great, and this and that. It was the defense was the entire organization. Need to fire everybody and let Russ take over with a new coaching staff. And now, and behind the scenes, there've been some rumors that Pete wants a specific offense, and he always felt like, okay, if Russ can just play within the confines of my offense, everything will be fine. And he's proven that to be true, man. I mean, he's because he just wants a game manager and roll off the play action, defense, and running game. And while Russ wanted to take more command of the offense and go guns a-blazing like most of the league is going.
And I don't necessarily disagree with either guy.
Yeah.
When you get to a certain point in the league, like you've established yourself as a high-level pro, you should welcome a bit more autonomy, a bit more involvement in game planning and freedom.
But Pete's take on that, and this is to all the analysts that says it. Pete didn't believe Russ was capable of that. You know,
that's a fair point.
yeah.
But I'm saying, and again, I say, both guys could be right.
Yeah.
Pete could have seen some things with Russell that like he didn't trust. It could also be a little bit where he's not the most flexible coach. And Pete is always, I like him. He's a super cool guy. I love what he did at USC back in the day, and he has kind of a reputation as being like kind of a bit of a player's guy, and a fun guy. But, he's also getting old as dirt. And mental flexibility is not an attribute of old people. And I'm saying that candidly. Like, he could be a little bit entrenched in his ways and stuff. But what that team has done, I mean, they found something really nice in Geno Smith.
What he's turned Geno into.
Credit to him.
It's nothing short of a miracle.
But low-key, though, they've also drafted this year a handful of guys that have come right into contributing roles.
Yeah.
And again, this is not a team that's incredible.
They're not loaded,
but they're doing enough, and they've kind of regenerated themselves with a like this draft producing a handful of immediate contributors and some other stuff.
They're number one in their division, in one of the strongest divisions in the football. I mean, you got the defending champs, the LA Rams. You have the 49ers, who are going all out. The 49ers are going all out, man.
Yeah.
And then you have the Cardinals, who they're not a bad team. They're just the
Cardinals are a bad
team.
No, Cardinals are a bad team.
No. Right now they're fighting 500 football, and they're okay. They just got their best weapon
back.
D-Hop back. They look good with him. They're not. I'm not saying they're a great team. They're like a above average team. They're an average team. At least you have to give them average. They're not a bad. Football team.
No, because I
know bad football teams.
I thought
name a few.
For me, the Cardinals had been trending up. They made the playoffs last year.
Disappointing team is maybe what you want to say. That could be.
And that equates with being bad to me.
No, they're not bad though. They'll be number one in the NFC West. I mean the NFC South.
But you're equating bad with like fundamentally incompetent.
Yes, I am.
And I'm not going that far. I would say that they're not a good football team.
Yeah, and they are disappointing. I will give you that.
They're disappointing and not a good football team. And I don't like the vibe around. I mean, Kyler Murray got
weird.
paid.
It's always
and
a weird
He's
vibe.
not. He hasn't been particularly good. I don't think he's getting along well with the head coach.
If he's not careful, it's early. It's way too early to make these kind of statements. But you can see a sort of a Russell Wilson arc. I mean, he's already similar in size and stature, and they're not too far apart in just human beings. I mean, he's a kind of a weird guy as well. You hear him talk.
Yeah, and a different weird though.
In a different weird, not the same. Yeah, but still weird.
Not a children's hospital weird.
No. But it's a guy who's he doesn't want to study, and he's getting into it with head coaches on the sideline. Did you see that?
Yeah. No, I saw that.
Yeah. I mean, and I didn't take Kyler as that type of. I didn't know he had that in him, but
he was okay. So like, I remember watching him at Oklahoma when they lost to Alabama, and it was one of those games where they were comfortably behind most of the game, but he just kept playing, and they kind of kept scoring, and at the time I kind of was like, God, he's just one of these guys. Like he's almost like Spock. He doesn't display any emotions, and he just plays. He's just like a little machine. But I think what we've learned in the pros is that he's not as stoic as he appeared. Yeah. His little weird social media stuff after the season kind of spoke to a petty insecurity. A lot of like little the beef with the studying and some of the interactions with Cliff have kind of just he's a little bit prissy maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to regret paying him the way they did. But I'll say at the same time, I don't know that they had a great choice.
You don't have a great choice, man. Well, versus Denver, who didn't have to extend Russell at all. So Denver is in a god-awful position. I mean, they extended him before he even played a game this year. I understand you're confident in him, but you got him, 2 more years. You didn't have to extend him right then. Yeah. But outside of that, just looking at the landscape of things, first of all, Green Bay is second in division. Minnesota's 5-1. That's not an awesome division as well, with Chicago and Detroit seem to be always down there. So they have a fighting chance there. Philly is one of those teams where I don't believe in them, but they keep winning. Jalen Hurts, the quarterback. He's he's playing. He's performing well. The defense
playing
is
great.
really good.
He's playing great. Present performance, he's playing great.
Yeah, he is, man. The Giants is a surprising team.
Really surprising.
That's a division, the worst division in football last year, and I mean maybe one of the worst divisions in NFL history.
And then you've got the Cowboys, who are pretty good right
this
now.
year. They're good, man.
Yeah.
Even the Washington football team has squeezed out 3 wins. I'm looking at that. I'm surprised.
They won 3.
I'm surprised.
Wow.
They're closing in on 500 football. Yeah. I looked at the MVP race right now. They have Allen 1, Mahomes 2. Do you think Jalen should be in that conversation above those guys?
No.
Okay.
Because all 3 players are playing at a high level, and there's not a sane person on earth who would take him over either of those other 2.
Yeah.
And that just is what it is.
Yeah. And as a Mahomes fan, I think that's fair. The Bills come into Arrowhead. They beat him head-to-head. I'm a head-to-head guy. I can't change that now.
Head-to-head guy?
I'm a head-to-head guy, man. Yeah, I hate that narrative. I had to, yeah.
Took you a while.
It took me a little while.
Come on, catch up. We're being funny.
That took a couple seconds, man. But yeah, man. So I think that's fair, and I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But this is a year where that's still not blowing the field away. I mean, there's plenty of time for Hurts to get in this conversation. He has a couple, and of course the headline games. Those are where you make your mark.
No, I don't think.
Oh, you don't?
No, because I just there's this. Okay, when all of the if those 2 guys have terrible second halves, and Hurts goes 15-2, yeah, I get it.
They would have to lose.
But if all 3 players continue to play on the arc that they're playing on, the stats, the performances are all comparable. And then what are you separating it on? You're saying, well, there's if I'm starting a franchise tomorrow, I'm not taking Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
And that there's certain reality kicks in, and that's fair. That's what an MVP's about.
Yeah.
And
I remember I said this last week. I just you should look at their schedule. I'm looking at it again. I just wouldn't be surprised if they go undefeated.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't be surprised to go undefeated. They don't play. They just don't play anyone. I mean, they got the Giants. Of course, we're in the same division, and you got Dallas. Those are the 2 strongest teams. Again, one more time. Let me just go through the rest of this schedule.
Well, because
we're facing an undefeated season.
Well, here's the crazy part of what we just said. We kind of went through the rest of the conference and said what kind of the divisions are collectively weak.
Yeah.
The Eagles are in the best division there, and then we're still saying they have a great.
Yeah. Because
that's kind of a crazy statement when you put it together.
It is. They, like I say, they have a bye week. Then they play Pittsburgh Steelers, Houston, Washington football team, the Indianapolis Colts, who are another disappointing team. They actually benching
Matt Ryan.
Green Bay Packers, who are struggling. Tennessee Titans, who nobody believes in either. The Giants, like I said, the Bears, Cowboys, Saints, and Giants again. I mean, I haven't seen an easier schedule than that in a long ass time.
It's just, like a lot of teams. I mean, the Packers under normal circumstances, that's a tough game.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, normally that would be a tough game. The Steelers are usually, year in and year out good. Right now they're bad. It's just kind of broken their way, the Eagles.
Yeah, and a little bit to that point, I was reading something, reading an article. I know you're not a betting guy, but this year, this NFL season so far has produced more, teams that weren't favored have won the game.
More underdogs have won games.
More underdogs have won the game.
Is that
so far
with the line, or is that just straight winning the game?
The line.
Okay.
The
okay.
Line. Like for example, Tampa Bay was.
If you bet
was
every game
favorites.
in every week and rode the underdog every time, you'd be winning right now.
You would be. Yeah.
Okay. yeah. No, I was curious if it's a game result or against the spread.
Against the spread.
Yeah.
Against the spread.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, historically though, like, what I mean, historically, do the favorites prevail in that situation? Like if you what if you just went a year and you bet every game
All
and
underdogs.
just went all underdogs or all favorites, like what would that look like?
would
Would
that
you be
look
ahead? You'd be down.
They do. They have those numbers. I have those for you next week. 'Cause
That'd be
I'm
curious.
interested. Yeah, I am too. And of course they run those numbers, so I'll be curious to find that out. Big games this week before we move on. You actually have the Ravens and Bucks on Thursday Night Football. Yeah, the two quarterbacks are on the interviews today, speaking glowingly about each other.
Tom's always been a low-key Lamar fan, I think.
Yeah,
So
he's enamored about the legs and what they could do. Outside of that, I really don't see any. You got the 49ers Rams. That should be a good game. That's in a primetime slot. I guess Giants and Seahawks from the
no, I
from
mean
the
that's
records,
a game that
you know?
you didn't expect to be good, but it has a significance right now.
Sunday Night Football, Packers Bills. Bills are favored by 11.5, 12 right now.
See, that's like you talk about like schedules and stuff like that. The Green Bay hasn't been going very good, and
No.
then you got to go play Bills. I mean, like,
At the Bills.
yeah, I mean
That's
that
tough.
could be a bad one.
That's tough sledding.
Tough sledding.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson, his return is on the horizon, man.
It's on the horizon.
It's on the horizon, and Cleveland is not like out of it. I mean, they won 2 ball games so far, but you just need them to stay afloat somehow. They're on a 5-game losing streak.
I mean, just straight away, do you think he plays well, average, or poor?
Preseason, he didn't look good. I think he plays.
My
pretty poor.
my gut tells me he's underwhelming.
Yeah.
Doesn't play particularly well.
Yeah,
And then they've got that guaranteed money going into next year.
and the fan base is going to be up in arms.
Yeah.
But then the organization will sell you on, hey, he's going to have a healthy
Full
offseason,
training camp,
full
healthy.
training camp.
He hasn't played 2.5 years. He better be healthy.
That motherfucker better be.
As much massages as he's got, that fucking butthole better be primed. Exit and entry.
Oh, man. For real, man.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Deshaun Watson. Good God.
Wood, man. We about to leave this NFL segment, but what you got anything to add about your Cowboys, man? You've been a Dak. You never left Dak's side.
Oh my God, hold on.
Whoa.
Whoa. Bring it back down to earth.
Yeah, man. Got
probably
Altamont
should try to get
Wood
here.
in the building.
Yeah, I'm not.
But you're not in the shot if you want to get in the shot. If you want to remain somewhat anonymous, that's all good. But
Yeah.
you could bring the chair around. Actually, bring that other stool. It might be a better fit. Technical difficulties, but no boob.
Yeah, man. A little side boob.
Not,
all right, so
not with this crowd.
It's not that I've been on Dak's side per se. It's just that certain points people make about Dak don't make no sense to me when I watch him play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the game might not go the way people want it to go, and then you know who's gonna get blamed when that happens. It comes with the territory. But
Then he chokes like an inexperienced hooker in big games.
hey, he got more game winning drives than he do games he done choke.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you encouraged by his performance against the Lions?
He did what I expected a quarterback to do coming off an injury to his throwing hand.
Mm.
Don't turn the ball over. Hand the ball out to your running backs. He made a couple throws where I was like, Dak, what the hell you doing? You know, he was just trying to see if I think it's the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the perfect game to bring him back for. You know, they say he probably could have played against the Eagles. You don't bring him back for that game. If you're trying to get the rust off.
We agreed last week that was the safe play.
That was the safe. You bring him back for the Lions.
Keep Cooper Rush playing.
You know, you bring him back for the Lions. You let him get the rust off against the Lions because that's Jared Goff and that offensive line is atrocious. And, you know, when they running the football, them boys is aggressive. But pass blocking, not so much. You know.
So before the season, you said that a successful season to you was to win a division, maybe get past the second round of the playoffs. You think that's still in play?
The way my defense is playing, special teams is playing great.
But
Defense
winning the
is playing
division,
great.
you got to catch the Eagles, and the Eagles have a very soft schedule.
Very soft schedule.
So I don't see that happening. I'd be shocked.
Very soft schedule. But that's like saying that they're just gonna lose one game.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying nobody on their schedule can beat them?
Dallas would be the best shot.
I think they'll lose one of those Giants.
Giants. Who?
I think they're gonna lose one of those games to the Giants.
Yeah, Giants.
I think the Commanders might sneak one.
How about that? No, I mean, the reality is the Eagles.
I mean, that's one of those hangover games. You know,
Giants will have to show me.
It'd be sleeper games where you go into the game comfortable, and the team that you should beat your ass.
No, I understand. I guess
you see them beating Green Bay?
if you look at it, the Eagles should be favored the rest of the way.
Yeah,
they should be. The Eagles have a good team.
So any game that they lose would essentially be a little bit of a letdown. Loss, a letdown for them.
Yeah.
I don't even count that win they got of us. You know, we had Cooper now. But you know how Dak.
But you didn't want Dak in there.
No, I did not injured. I didn't want him. I didn't want you getting the rust off Dak and coming back in.
Right.
You know, this is your first NFL game, so you stunk up the place against Tampa.
What?
And end up hurting your hand. We ain't gonna act like the hand was the reason you stunk up the place.
He gonna have his opportunity. It's coming around.
Already sliding baby doo-doo across the field before the hand got hurt. Dak.
Yeah, it's playing poorly. What you saying?
Yeah, you're playing extremely poorly. The man was 38%.
Yeah.
38% with two picks, I think.
In a big game.
No, one pick. one pick. Cooper Rush threw the other pick.
We've seen that before.
Cooper Rush threw the other. No, Cooper Rush ain't throw no damn other pick. Dak threw both of them picks.
Yeah, he did. He played poorly, man, in a big game. That's what we're trying to say.
He got out there. He made the completions he was supposed to make.
But they got him. They got him again on Christmas.
Touchdown.
You know, Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
I think
he got the garbage touchdown at the end. So
who does Dallas play this week though?
We got Chicago.
Chicago Bears. Okay.
Then we got Green Bay after that.
Yeah.
I think we got a bye.
They're in the same division, so they play some of the similar teams. But Dallas has two more intriguing games than Eagles got. Intriguing mean good teams like Minnesota. They have Minnesota. The Eagles don't have to play Minnesota going the rest of the way.
What's the other one?
Minnesota and Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's an intriguing game.
They're feisty, man.
They've fallen apart.
You think it's
Jacksonville?
Yeah. Okay.
The Sunshine.
Well, I mean,
I
don't have Dallas at the same level as the Bills.
I mean, on that schedule, my pass rush worry about.
But
that's your pass rush to worry about.
Yeah. I mean, because
Eagles.
we lost that game. Listen, understand why we did lose.
In
to
Minnesota
the Eagles.
now, Minnesota
I want
too.
people to understand why we did lose to the Eagles, because I go down the stat line and let you know that my players individually won the stat lines except for those 3 picks that were thrown by Cooper Rush.
Oh, Cooper had a poor game. It was the offense. Yeah.
Everybody talking about, Jalen Hurts played great. That boy had 155 yards, 15 for 25.
He managing the game. What they asked Jalen to do is different. So you have to look at him, compare it to that.
He played poorly.
I don't say he played poorly. He didn't play poorly. Didn't turn the ball over.
He didn't turn
the ball over. You're right.
You know what I mean?
They did not need to do more because the Cowboys gave them so many opportunities.
That's what I'm saying.
And the reality is, in the NFL, you're not. It's not college football. You're not trying to impress voters.
Right.
Like when you get control of a game, you just see the game out. You manage the game. You run the clock. There's other games you're gonna have to sling it around, maybe come back and rise to that occasion. But that particular game, the Cowboy turnovers define that game. And Philly was not.
Because our defense gave us a chance in the second half so many times.
Yeah,
man.
but Philly just didn't have to do much.
No,
they didn't have to stretch themselves to do a lot. But I'll credit the Dallas. I mean, singularly, that's been the most impressive defensive unit to watch, and it's 90% Micah Parsons. He's phenomenal.
I ain't gonna say that.
He's phenomenal.
He's great, but it ain't just him.
He makes it different.
You really can't double nobody on that line.
He's the engine, though.
You can't double nobody. If you double D-Law, then you got motherfucker Parsons, or you got Bohemian, however you say his name, or you got.
We talked about this a little bit before, and it's probably premature with the Lawrence Taylor
Sam Wilson,
stuff.
my boy Sam Williams coming through handling business, the rookie.
Yeah, but no, when you're playing the Cowboys, your offensive game plan begins with, what do we do with 11?
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
But we ain't gonna act like he the only one can ball.
No, but
he's not.
It's like every great pass rusher though.
90%.
Every great pass rusher, they open up for the other guys.
Yeah.
That's why they keep switching guys around Aaron Donald, because it's like, hey, Aaron Donald's getting double and triple team.
Watt
you guys should be able to come in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I feel you on that one, because T.J. Watt is a monster, and they do that for T.J. Watt. They try to keep a chip blocker.
Right. Running back coming out of the backfield, something like that. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what Dallas goes. Like I say, they got a shot at at definitely making the playoffs for sure at one of the wild card spots, even if they don't catch Philly.
Yeah.
And from there, the NFC is not incredibly strong. So they won't be frightened or whatever. I know it's NFL, but anyway, by anybody they face in the first round, any of those division leaders. Like right now, like I said, Seattle is leading one division, Minnesota's leading the other, Tampa Bay leading the other. Dallas would play, I like Dallas chances against either one of those three teams as presently constructed. Of course, we talked about Tampa Bay could turn it on.
Yeah.
Maybe the Rams overcome Seattle. Stuff like that can happen.
They?
Huh?
Can they?
Can the Bucks turn it on?
Yeah, can they?
I think they can.
How can we just say that when they haven't?
Because we've seen Brady before,
But teams that
and he's healthy.
have it going on, we say they might not. Cause I feel like this. Like you said, yeah, they can. Because Brady can click at any moment. But Brady going through some shit right now. And until that shit done, he don't even play football, bro.
Bubba announced it's done.
I didn't announce. I said, yeah. The rumors are
He
spread
pulled
through
the Matt
TMZ that the
He
divorce is
pulled Matt Kellerman and
finalized.
say he going off the
I
cliff.
guess, man.
He ain't going off the cliff. He going through divorce. He's human. Shit is fucking with him.
Yeah.
Then he going to weddings and shit in the middle of this fucking supposed to be at.
That was wild, too.
That's wild as fuck.
Yeah, that was wild. We never even mentioned that, but yeah. And we're going to that
Like,
wedding.
there's a lot of shit going on in Tampa, man. Like, we in G5 Saturday night. Couple of them niggas was in there with us.
What if Tom went to the wedding with a +1? And
Wait, whose wedding are we talking about?
Robert Kraft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He went missed a couple practices
To go to that.
Yeah,
Wow.
to go to that.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Then went out there and got smacked.
definitely not Tom Brady like.
Yeah.
Then a couple Bucks players, I ain't gonna name who they was, cause a couple of them start. They was in G5 Saturday, and bitches showed on the field. Y'all was in there throwing ones with us.
G5 the club, right?
Dick, the script club Tampa.
Yeah.
Y'all was in there throwing one with us, and bitches showed on the field.
I don't know. I the guy, and again, maybe it's his fault, but Todd Bowles. Like if you go back into this, Bruce Arians, basically said he handed this off to Bowles to give him a head coaching job he's deserving of, and to not, and basically to give a black head coach a good job.
Yeah.
And it hasn't worked out that way.
You remember Bruce would challenge Tom from time to time, and the narrative would be, well, how are you going to challenge Tom? Tom is a 7-time Super Bowl winner. What are you doing?
I thought the first half of the first year was a little awkward.
Yeah.
There was a tension there.
Trying to establish the power structure.
What's that?
You noticed that too, that little tension between
Yeah,
Bowles and Brady
yeah,
from
yeah.
the first game.
Not Bowles.
Oh, no, I'm not talking Bowles and Brady. I'm talking Bruce and
Allen
Brady
and
at
Brady.
the first year.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
together. Yeah.
And then and what I'm saying is Bruce is kind of
Bowles
just
and Brady since the first game.
Bruce.
Yeah, I don't dispute that
Todd
either.
Bowles is kind of allowing Brady to do basically whatever he wants.
Here's kind of the problem, and I don't know. I'd love to know the details of this. The whole preseason thing, was that my feelings that was probably a contingency to him coming back. So you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
He's coming back, and we all know he's going to miss these days.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I don't know. Is Tom's kind of taking other liberties, not getting pushed back, or what have you?
Because he gets every Wednesday off. That
was another thing.
It's a walkthrough day. He gets every Wednesday off, and then he goes to the wedding. And I think, I just think it's a looseness in his coaching style versus,
They're not disciplining them boys.
Yeah, versus Bruce was very
just
on. The Patriots, Bill is not going to allow any of that shit to go on.
Yeah.
He's on him, and you know what I mean? So I know that plays a part. That plays a part for sure. You guys don't forget about our other sponsor here, Royal13thebrand.com. We're definitely rolling into the fall season. Get fresh, get fly. Use promo code bubbapink and get all of your stuff at a discount at Royal13thebrand.com.
Check it out.
That's right. I wanted to move over to the NBA.
Oh.
Yeah, the NBA.
Oh, that caught Wood off guard.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
talk.
what we do around here.
Talk a
during
little
basketball
hoops,
season.
man. Sports, music, and entertainment. That's what we talk on the Bench Podcast. We're available on all podcast streaming platforms. I got all these different topics here. I guess we can start here with the Lakers. You see that it might be the worst shooting team in NBA history. I have a picture that I don't know if you can see it. I know the people that are watching can see it. You got Westbrook at the top of the key, and this is when they were playing the Clippers. and his man is literally under the rim. But not only is he under the rim, he's facing the rim. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
you can
live
see it, yeah.
play. That's not a timeout.
Where's the ball doing it?
The ball is in Westbrook's hand.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
Westbrook's at the top of the key. Nobody within 3 miles.
That's high level disrespect.
That is, I haven't.
That's the Rondo treatment.
That's elite.
That's not Rondo.
Beyond that.
That's not
Rondo.
Rondo.
Beyond
That's
that.
almost like Ben Simmons, but I don't
Brady
know
used
if
to
I've
do-
seen
when
that
Rondo
with
played
Ben.
in Boston, they used to do it. They would not go out there.
That's not. No, we're not talking about not going out there.
Yeah.
We're saying I'm gonna walk away from you with my back turned.
With my back turned.
Yeah, that's different.
That's
That's top tier.
Wow.
So you got he's sitting out tonight with an injury. Who
An
knows
alleged
if it's
injury.
Yeah, alleged injury. So
Our guy Will Lee reported that him and LeBron had a confrontation.
Westbrook and LeBron.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it, man.
Yeah.
Westbrook, you can
That's
see.
why his ass said that.
Yeah, you can see Westbrook. He
Got the cane fucked
just
up.
he doesn't even look the same as far as the joy he has in the game and
No, it
with,
ain't fun
like
to him no
the
more.
energy that he brings. You
It
don't
ain't
you
fun
don't
to him
yeah,
no
it
more.
ain't fun. You
No,
don't
it's
see that.
terrible. It's terrible.
I wouldn't
Th-
even, bro.
this
All
is-
bullshit aside, I wouldn't doubt the fact that when his contract up with wherever, he just say fuck this shit.
Retire.
Here, and we talk about this because we have a lot of discussions in the show about like getting the bag and this and that. I know he didn't sign with the Lakers for the contract he's on. He was traded there, but like a lot of times when I say like you talk about guys just need to go get the bag and whatever. This is what you want to avoid.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in professional hell, and yeah, you're getting a great check, but dude, you are fucking mocked on a daily basis. You can
family
visibly
get fucked with
see
at the game.
the joy's not there with something you've loved to do, and that is miserable for quality of life.
Yeah, but he opted in and got the bag. To
He
your
did, he
point.
did.
Yeah,
and like at what cost, man? At
Yeah.
what cost? Was it really worth it?
yeah.
And they still might trade your ass out of there.
Yeah.
I just this raises. I mean this is an issue that I always talk about because quality of life is not a joke. And again, it's not like you're not going to get any money. You've got money at some point. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of people that have accumulated money will tell you like the money. It gets to a point where it gives them freedom, and that's kind of what you want with the money. When we sit around and we don't have the money we want, our life is difficult because we're forced to do all these things just to get by that take our time, take our energy, frustrate us, depress us, all that stuff. But, when you have the opportunity to have money, one of the benefits of doing that is, I don't have to do that. I'm okay. Like, I don't need to, say how high when somebody says jump. And it's like he just made a bad decision.
That's what he did, and the Lakers, the front office, first of all, they've been doing such a god awful terrible job at putting players around LeBron, AD, or even to add Westbrook in that equation. And it's when you look at it, when you look at it, it's not all Westbrook's fault. Like they're all terrible shooters. LeBron is the best shooter on this team, and it's not even close.
And that's not a good thing.
And that's not a good thing. You got Patrick Beverly out here. He's jacking up shots and breaking, of course. He's shooting, last time I checked, 13%. Lonnie Walker took 9 threes in a game. He's the worst shooter on the team. Even coming from the Spurs, he shot 20%. Why is Lonnie shooting 9 threes in a game going 1 for 9?
Because nobody's guarding him.
Yeah, I guess.
Looks.
And you're open.
I mean, we play basketball. It's like, sometimes
it
you're
becomes
open,
uncomfortable
people
if
just
you don't
tell you,
shoot.
shoot it,
you have to shoot it, yeah.
And then, I guess, like whatever.
Yeah.
And the problem is, instead of shooting like you're going to make it, you're shooting like, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's the killer. You miss the first 5.
But why go out and get these guys? Like these guys, Patrick Beverly is not like a minimal player. Like this is the guy that's making $13-14 million a year. There are shooters in that price range.
Yeah.
I understand you need perimeter defense, but you need to spread your need to spread the floor is bigger than your need for perimeter defense.
Yeah.
Because at least you have AD to protect the rim, and you can find another center to back him up to protect the rim.
Nigga trash, man.
Why did you get him, Lonnie Walker, the other guy? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think the front office is doing a disservice. They've been doing a god-awful job.
Name one, and you did this with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Name one good move they've made in the front office during LeBron's time there. And I'm of the opinion AD trade was a bad trade.
Even though they won.
Though they won.
It was a bad trade.
You know, I do
not get that up.
Did they discover Caruso while LeBron was there? I mean, if so, I'll give him credit for it. Or was that pre-LeBron?
Caruso was there before LeBron.
I want to say.
He there
he was
before
already,
LeBron?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was backing up Lonzo, wasn't he?
Maybe. Maybe.
Caruso backed up Lonzo.
That might be the only. I mean, if that was a post LeBron move, and it may not have been, that's about the only move that's been good.
I guess Dwight did okay in that role that they had him a reserve center.
Dwight, okay.
Minor.
I mean, a
minor
move.
I forgot Dwight Howard got a damn ring.
Yeah. And he played well.
No, he was.
I mean, he wasn't.
I'll give you credit. That was a good move.
Yeah.
You got a guy on the cheap, and he played probably above what.
Yeah, because he had to prove it. Yeah. That was a prove it.
I'll give you that.
But yeah, that's not. And that was a minimal. Looking at this grand scheme of things, that was a minimal.
He played good interior defense.
But other than that, yeah, man, and. I don't know. It's not much you can do because these proposed deals that they have on the table with the Utah Jazz and the Pacers, right? Those are the only two proposed deals that they have. When you got to give up your 2 future first-round picks, when LeBron, AD is either going to be gone or it's completely broken down by then, they're going to be a bad team. So you're giving up potentially two top 5 picks for Jordan Clarkson and Mike Conley, and on Indiana side for Buddy Hield and Turner. I mean, and everybody is excited about Hield and Turner, but there's a reason
they're available.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, Buddy Hield has been on a few teams. Turner is very disappointing as a prospect. Turner is a big man that shoots the 3 well and protect the rim well. Why doesn't teams want him? There's something to that. He's always top 5 in blocks. He's 36% or better, 35% or better from 3. That's a dream from a big.
Nah, that's
but nobody wants him.
That's a great point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you want to give up 2 future top 5 picks for that? And that's the one thing I can give the Lakers organization. Like, just come on, I need a little bit more. Like LeBron, I want to help you out, but God, damn,
we need something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Moving on from the Lakers. Let's go to Brooklyn, right? From the West Coast to the East Coast. It's not that Brooklyn is playing terrible. They lost a couple close games, but it's young in the season. They have
what are they though? Like
they're
2-4?
Yeah, something like that.
I thought they were 1-5.
1-5.
Yeah, they're 1-3, something like that.
I was about to say they ain't won but one fucking game.
And they got Milwaukee on the horizon.
I was trying to remember the second game they won.
Yeah, they got Milwaukee
coming up.
Oh, that's a span.
Yeah, either tonight or tomorrow.
That's gonna be a switch or extension cord.
First of all, of course, they're the worst defense in the league. And individually wise, KD actually is the worst individual defender in the league. Defensive rating. Ben Simmons has the second worst defensive rating in the league. Like I said,
Ben Simmons shut Giannis down though.
I texted you. That was in the preseason, right? Yeah, that was in the preseason. But I texted you. He took 2 free throws.
Really trying to score.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons took two free throws in the first game, missed them both.
Yeah.
He hasn't attempted a free throw since. That means something.
He's scared to drive.
Yes, he won't, and he's not going to shoot. So what can you do? He's fouled out in 2 back-to-back games.
Yeah,
he's fouled out in back-to-back games already.
This is what I do with Ben Simmons. You wouldn't do nothing at practice but shoot free throws. I don't want you doing nothing else. Until you start consistently making them, you cannot get involved in the regular practice.
Ben Simmons is a unique. He's a unique person.
Jump shot.
He's unique because you got to think this too. You can't do that because then that's like singling him out. Like you got to think his mental health. Because that's the type of person he is. I'm telling you. So you can't.
So what?
You can't. Nah, it's way deeper than that. Nah,
They like that.
This guy's different. This
They
guy
like
is.
that.
He's on
Oh, my
another.
bad. He Australian light skin.
maybe that's something.
Yeah,
But
Ozzy liked it.
this is a guy who's he's struggling, and the coach is saying we have enough shooting, we have enough scores. You don't have to score. And I've said this since I learned myself. Like that's not the right thing to say. And Steve Nash is already a coach who is on the block. He's on the hot seat.
Well, I would my takeaway from this.
He's a good coach.
No, I was going to say my takeaway is that they probably need to let Steve go.
Yeah.
Because you come into this season, and there's no progress.
There's no progress.
Ben's still damaged. Nobody else is playing at a high level. There's just nothing going on. You don't have a scheme that's helping you.
Yeah.
He's, as a coach, has literally accomplished nothing.
Yeah.
And you need to cut losses and move on.
Yeah.
So I'd fire him by Friday.
But he played for Mike D'Antoni. There's no way he can coach.
Because what's going to happen is KD, first of all, he's aging. He's not a young chicken anymore. And these guys don't have a lot of years on their deals. So if you let Steve Nash ride this whole year out, I mean, KD was already threatening to leave over this offseason.
You cannot waste.
You might
this
lose
year.
KD.
Yeah, you cannot waste this year. You have to try to get something out of this. You whether you fought to keep this group together or it just kept together of its own momentum, you got to try to do
If
something.
I'm in the front office, I'm smart, and I know KD finna leave, and I'm finna trade him.
That's another move.
You ain't just walking out of here.
But then you have
even
to.
still, like trading KD as the worst rated defensive player in the league on a 1-3 or 2-7 team,
people still gonna
it's
jump on him.
deflated. The value's deflated.
Yeah, I was going to say, to what degree?
They
I mean,
tried to
KD.
move him in the
People will give a
offseason.
first rounder for KD,
but
bro.
they
There's teams that
tried
will
to
give a
move him in
first-round
the-
draft pick to get KD.
Who gives a
Well, it's
shit
not. It's
about
not.
a first-round
It's not.
draft
It's not
pick?
the first. They want
If
5
it
and
ain't-
6.
Yeah, if it ain't 1 and 2 this year, it ain't worth shit.
Yeah. They're not going to give up. Yeah, because the guy that's coming in, they won't even give that up for KD. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whatever. If fucking Utah Jazz ends up with the number 1 pick, and Brooklyn calls and say, "Hey, we got KD over here. Let me do that." Utah's hanging up the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the commissioner
don't
literally
know
said
about
we're
that.
going to be monitoring tanking like the first week of the season.
He said we may send teams to the G League, which and he didn't laugh or anything, but I thought that's a ludicrous
It
thing to
is. Yeah,
say.
logistically, I don't know.
But he didn't laugh.
Yeah,
and that's
no.
how serious he was about it. Like
Because they realize this is a massive thing.
it's massive. That's how, and I've never heard that being said.
Yeah.
because of a prospect coming in. This guy's he's going to be crazy. But yeah, I the only way to fix this,
I want to send you a clip.
the first step is Steve Nash.
Yeah,
think.
I think he's the most expendable piece.
And then you go from
And
there.
then you got to see, can we turn this around so we can get something going?
yeah, I think that's.
But
it.
you can't. I mean, it hasn't started well. If you're Brooklyn, you cannot just let this carry on. You got to try everything you can.
No, that's a good point. You can't waste this season, man.
Yeah.
You just can't. Now, next I want to talk about the Mavericks.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about the Mavericks because we both know a move between Memphis and who?
No, this is a jitterbug.
the Rob Dillingham, the overtime elite.
Oh yeah, he's a prospect coming in, or
Yeah, he's a
Okay,
high school
okay.
guy.
The Dallas Mavericks, who we both kind of we like Luka to maybe win MVP, but also just take that next step in his career. And just looking at them this year, they have the same record as Brooklyn, and it's just their roster, man. I know I see what they're trying to just put a team around Luka, but I think it's the wrong kind of team. I think if you're going to do that route, I think you have to go Allen Iverson route and just put whatever, make sure he has 4 defensive-minded players around him that can also shoot a little
You need to
bit.
get a point guard and let Luka play too.
No, that's
No. That's you can't do that because Luka is very good with the ball in his hands. Top 3 or 4 players in the league,
Moments.
playmakers.
It's moments.
Nah, it's more than
bitch
moments.
loose and kick it out. There's moments.
Because then
Sure, there are, but you're not. You might as well trade Luka if you're going to just put a traditional point guard next to him. That doesn't work. Same. You can't do it with LeBron. You can't do it with Luka.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
yes, he's a similar offensive player to
Yeah.
LeBron. Very, very, very similar there.
Not at all. He shoot way better than LeBron did.
No.
Luka early on, to me, had a better LeBron was just more big and physical and muscle his way.
The similarity is that they're physical mismatches who dominate the ball the whole game, and that the offense just exists around them. Luka's going to have the same issue. Nobody's going to change. They can change coaches every year for the rest of his career, and it's not going to change the way Luka plays. And LeBron's the same. You can talk in the offseason about we're going to do this or do that. You ain't. LeBron's just going to play ball.
Until he went to falling off, Melo was the same way.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, you're saying more defensive-minded guys that hopefully have enough shooting prowess to make it work.
Yeah, because they have some shooters like Reggie Bullock.
Maybe as we talked last week, they need to be less white.
I like Reggie.
Spencer Dinwiddie is a good he's a solid guard. He's
Spencer raw.
But these are not
Spencer
the type of
start.
guys that I think that you can win at a high level.
Spencer should start.
Aside, he does start. He was coming off the bench last year because they had Brunson.
I haven't seen the Dallas game this year.
Yeah. He basically took the spot of Brunson. That's basically what happened. Jalen Brunson went to New York, and Spencer came off the bench to start now.
He should have been starting last year.
I think. I mean, at the end of the day, for me, Dallas's biggest liability is that they're not a defensive-minded team.
Right.
They don't have it.
They don't play no defense.
And that's the problem. They don't make other teams uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's the.
Yeah, he right with
I think that's the change they should make. That's what they should do.
Find a way to get a better balance with defense.
Yeah, and that's my only thing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think from there.
They had no defense last year.
Yeah.
No,
your screen switch too. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm playing them, I regard them as soft, particularly defensively. If we play the way we want to play, we'll get whatever the hell we want.
Yeah.
And then how do we stop Luka?
Exactly. I read an interesting article about the Blazers, who are off to a really good start. Yeah. Of course, hometown, Anthony Simons.
Yeah, come on, man.
Altamont.
Shout out home team.
And it was just saying how he's soaking up all the game from Damian Lillard. And Dame is still got some game in him, man. He had a big shot against the Lakers last week or whatever that was. And Anthony right now he's averaging. I saw it earlier today. He's averaging basically 20 and 3. Which is an increase to last year's campaign. What do you think Anthony's game can go? What is his ceiling?
All-star material.
I think he could be a low-tier all-star.
Yeah.
I think he could get that level. That's probably about the highest of it. But they've got a nice thing going. I mean, and Lillard is sort of gracefully mentoring and sharing the stage with him, letting him grow as a player. I still don't like the roster to contend for a title. But again, you start stacking wins early in the year, maybe you get yourself in the playoffs, and that'd be a significant accomplishment for this group. And for Anthony. But I just he's growing to be just a really good NBA player. He's got the package. He can shoot it. He's got off the dribble game. He's not a 100% playmaker, but he can make plays. He's not an outstanding defender, but he can defend. It's exciting to watch, especially for a guy that's from right here.
I think that front office, they did everything they could do to put a team around. They got Jeremy Grant. I thought that was a really good move at the time.
Real nice move.
That dog gonna be starting in the All-Star game.
Josh Hart, and they need to get rid of Nurkic, the center. I haven't liked him. Remember they had him and
which one?
Fucking Denver. Denver had Nurkic and Jokic.
Yeah.
And they ended up choosing.
They chose the right guy.
They chose the right guy, but it was even at the time. I don't know if you remember, but those guys they had to choose one. But it was a tough decision. They were playing similarly. But Jokic was so young in his career. Bro.
Yeah, but I mean, and I'll give credit to Denver, and I will say probably when you're around both guys, it wasn't that close.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer now. When you're, where from our remove, when we watch games on TV, we read little reports about practice, whatever, it's different. You're limited. Yeah. But when you see guys in the same room at the same time,
every day,
it's kind of that thing like the show, the Redeem Team thing we talked about. When they got all those guys together, Kobe was the alpha.
Yeah.
And people, you felt that. It was just natural. It just happened. And I think you usually when you see them in person with each other, that pecking order makes itself clear.
Right. I do. I think so as well. So that's good. We'll see where that goes, man.
Y'all got my little homie fucked up. First of all,
Who, Anthony?
5 years, my dog gonna be starting in the All-Star game for the West, cause ain't no real two guards in the West.
What?
I didn't say he was not gonna
Ain't
be an
no,
all-star.
and he really a one, but he ain't taking Dame's spot, so he went to the 2. But he really a 1. That's why he was Dame back up last year.
But I mean, again, you kind
My
of
dog wet from the 3, got handled. Right, he ain't the greatest defender, but you ain't just finna be saucing a little dude up like that either.
Yeah, I mean, but you give them credit, like he was a first-round pick, but a late first-round pick. But I mean, it's been a perfect transition. I mean, they from CJ to him, it's pretty seamless. And
doing this with little hands.
Yeah, man.
It's hell trying to do this here with little hands.
What? And they're undefeated. They just beat a Denver team. Denver is, it's hard to put a pulse on Denver. Jamal Murray is trying to find his way back in. Right now he's averaging 12 a game, 2 assists, shooting 30% from 3. But he's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Michael Porter, he's back. He's a high volume type of guy. He's averaging 18. But he's really a really good shooter. He's shooting 50% from 3 right now. And Jokic just coming into the season. He looks similar to Embiid as far as like he just looks out of shape right now. I mean, he's been struggling as well.
Yeah.
First game, I think they said since his rookie or second year where he didn't score in double digits. He didn't have anything double digits, points, rebounds, or assists. He just looks like Embiid. Just looks out of shape coming in the year. Big guys. Right. Probably resting injuries over the all season.
Right. And not naturally fit guys either.
Yeah.
I mean, Jokic has never been a super fit guy or appeared super fit.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I'm in a soccer chat, and we have this thing where nobody talks about the table, which is the standings, until 10 games are played, which it basically equates with a quarter of the season. And I almost feel that way about the start of this NBA season. Like, a few things are nice. Great for Portland, you're 4-0. But I think right now it's just too easy to overreact to where guys are. And I think team performances have been really spotty and inconsistent across the board.
Right.
I mean, the Jazz got out winning 3 in a row. I think we need to probably get ourselves 10 to 15 games in, and then I think you're going to start to see a little bit more clearly, hey, does a team like Portland or the Jazz really have a little something we didn't think they have? Are one of these other teams like Dallas or Brooklyn or truly in trouble? But I think right now it's a little too easy to overreact to where we are in game-to-game performance.
Yeah, of course. And shout out to Kelly Olynyk. He's been playing really good for that Jazz team.
He's one of those guys. I mean, he was with the Celtics. He was the Heat too, right?
Yeah.
He's just a good NBA bench guy.
Yeah.
He could shoot. Like he fits in the modern game.
Yeah.
He kind of understands what he is, and to me, he's always had kind of a funky confidence to him.
He does, now he's starting for this team now, which he should be a reserve big on a good team.
On a good
That's
team,
what he is.
But on a team like that, he gets a start, but I guarantee you, if you sat down with Kelly Olynyk, you couldn't tell him he shouldn't be a starter.
This team, I'm looking at it now. First of all, this team is supposed to be tanking. Utah Jazz is supposed to be tanking.
Yeah.
But they got guys who like they're pass-alongs. They're guys who probably have a lot to prove. So that's dangerous as a GM if you try to bring guys to lose. Like, I'm going to name some of these guys. Colin Sexton. That's a guy who was casted away. Cleveland, they chose the other guard over him. And, we don't want to pay you.
Yeah.
You got Taylor Horland-Tucker. Another guy.
The great Laker mystery.
You know what I mean? But he's been playing pretty good over there.
Yeah.
You got Lauri Markkanen, another guy that they,
started a little
discarded.
promising and then kind of got discarded in Chicago.
Yeah, Jared Vanderbilt. That's another guy.
Yeah.
So they got a bunch of these guys, man, mixed in with some veterans like Conley and Rudy Gay. It's not an overly talented team, but it's a team that you put together. They're going to put some wins together, man.
Yeah, I've been disappointed in Rudy Gay since he left UConn.
Rudy is a guy you wanted more out of him because of his size and skill set, but he still carved out a good NBA career.
The fact that he's still in the league is
basketball.
testament.
I'm a Husky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you a Husky fan? Okay.
For football and college, I'm a Sooner. Basketball, I'm a Husky.
A Sooner?
Don't go there this year. Don't fucking go there this year.
But did Rudy Gay ever?
Very emotional this year.
Did he ever really have like big, huge expectations, like
Rudy
the
got
next
hurt.
Jordan guy?
No,
I don't think so.
No, not next Jordan,
was borderline T-Mac-ish, but Rudy got hurt. And after Rudy got hurt, Rudy wasn't the same. Rudy in Sacramento was a dog, but he was in Sacramento.
When he went to UConn, he was, and again, at the time he went to UConn,
he came after Ray Allen.
UConn was producing a lot of NBA guys, and when Rudy Gay got there, this is the next guy. Yeah. This is the next UConn to NBA guy.
Okay.
And you're talking about guys like Ray Allen, Rip Hamilton. It felt like he should have taken a place in there, and I don't think he ever got to that level. There. So it's a little bit of a disappointment.
6'7"
in that
silk handles on the motherfucking basketball.
But again, he's
smooth jump
still
shot,
in the league, man.
Decent
credit
defense.
to that.
Yeah,
fade when the lights on.
19 seasons at least.
Game he didn't fade when the lights on was in the was it the national championship?
No, they got beat. Didn't they lose to George Mason or somebody?
They lost to George Mason.
Stupid. Yeah.
His rookie season was 06.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, credit to him, man.
He came after Ben Gordon too, didn't he?
Yeah, Ben Gordon was like 2001, 2002.
Because Ben Gordon came before LeBron and them came.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was over there with Kurt Heinrich in Chicago.
Yeah. Kurt Heinrich. Harry Potter, man.
But that's the NBA right now. Like you said, very young in the season.
Kurt was a very serviceable point guard.
Nah, he was a good player.
I like Kurt. Kurt had a little off the screen three.
He just looked like a medieval pedophile.
I don't think you don't take away wins and losses right now. You take away the way a player is looking.
Yeah.
Fucking man.
10-26.
See, Bubba, I come here for pink. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
You my dog, Bubba, but I really come here for pink.
Hey, there we go.
Pink's my guy.
The people have spoken.
You my dog, but this is my guy.
I'll take it, man.
Pink be saying shit that just have my fucking side for the fucking bus, man.
So the Brooklyn-Milwaukee game is going on right now.
Milwaukee score. What do we got?
Milwaukee up 3 in the fourth.
Okay.
And Giannis is dominating, of course. Yeah.
They don't have anybody to bother him.
What? People were making such a big thing about Ben guarding Giannis good in the preseason. I was telling everybody, yeah, you could just look at the game. I mean, Giannis is walking. I mean, he's not even. It's the preseason. He's working on his jump shot. He's taking 9 threes in that game or something crazy.
Did he really take 9 threes?
He took. It was something crazy in that game. I'm talking about. He's doing what you're supposed to do. Like
work on your game.
Yeah, working on your game. And it's not like Ben stopped him or anything.
Yeah.
He just can't. I've seen enough of it. But he's right now he's 11 of 20 with 31 points, 13 rebounds.
Huh?
And once
Giannis.
again.
11 of 20, 30 points and 13 rebounds.
Yeah.
They're up 3
with 9 minutes to go
on Brooklyn.
And Ben in the fourth hasn't taken a free throw yet.
They only up 3.
Yeah, only up 3.
In that game.
Durant has 25. Kyrie has 23. They're
going.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. It'll be over by the time the show ends.
New York putting that thing on Charlotte. Or did they already put it on them?
Yeah, that game should be
over.
Yeah. It's 3 minutes to go, but there's only a one point game in that game.
Oh yeah.
Where do we go next here?
Is Bubba crazy?
You want to do that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So got the You So Crazy segment here.
Good grief.
Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We talk all trending topics in those areas. And here goes a little bit for you guys today, the You So Crazy segment. We're trying to figure out are these people crazy or not, man. So you got, the top left. Is that what you're saying, G?
2 weeks in a row of contaminated drinks by coworkers.
You got the Florida man accused of pouring bleach into a coworker's Pepsi can for being difficult to work with.
Bruh.
When I saw this, I went to thinking, have I ever worked with somebody that I hated that much to that I would do something like that too?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've hated some coworkers.
Oh, man.
Yeah, none currently in my office, but yeah.
But that's a level, man. That's just a level the put bleach in a guy's can. You have to be.
That motherfucker said somebody
yeah.
put
You're not stable.
Yeah.
You're not
My
stable.
bad,
In the
Pete.
But
first
it
place.
was all good.
He just
But
fucked me up
the
with that one.
takeaway again is like, protect your beverage at work.
Why is
I mean, this is two weeks in a row.
yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
In a Pepsi can, that means it's open. It's a
What
can.
but that's
Hold on. Yeah.
It's a Pepsi.
This
can.
is worse.
Break this down.
This is worse than last week. Cause that was a bottle. That's a bottle.
But
You
still,
can-
that was overnight. Like that, I don't know. But I guess my thing is this: you open a can of Pepsi, unless you like flat soda, you're gonna consume that Pepsi in a relatively short window of time.
And if not, I
Like
don't have
water,
I don't
you
have
could,
Pepsi.
it could last a day.
That's what I'm saying.
Water doesn't change. Pepsi, if you don't drink it, probably within about an hour, it's gonna maybe start to get flat and be a completely
I'm not
different
drinking
thing.
a couple sips and putting it back in the team refrigerator. That's
Correct.
Crazy.
I'm not
No,
doing
so
it.
like, so what?
First of all, you are
what-
wrong for doing that.
Yeah. So, but what's the breakdown here? Like, I guess like I drink a Pepsi. I have it on my desk. I've
Yeah.
got to go take a shit. I'm gone for a couple of minutes.
It was
and
a
this
can
guy,
Pepsi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a can of Pepsi.
I see can out there.
Yeah, okay. That's what we're saying. Like, you didn't have the twist bottle on there. You didn't have like a 2-liter up in the company fridge.
Now, did he
Your
have
own
to?
little drink cup.
Did he have to connect with the janitor at some point? Hey, you got some bleach?
No.
I need
Nah,
to
he
clean
probably
up
bought his
some-
You
own
work
bleach
there.
from
You
home.
Oh,
work
he
there.
thought he
You
bought
know
his
where
bleach
it's
from
at.
home?
I can't imagine.
Or you know where the supplies
You
at?
work there. You know where
probably
it's at.
might know where the
the
supplies
gun
at.
of the
Well,
closet
yeah,
at.
it depends on what type of company.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we have bleach, like our office, but the building staff, they might have bleach. But if I'm gonna perpetrate an act like that, I'm gonna bring my own bleach. I'm not gonna, hey, some dude asked me for bleach. I'm gonna at least try and get away with it.
Premeditated bleaching.
You
They were
know.
premeditated bleaching. That's what you're saying here.
He
Pete.
had enough
that,
of this shit.
Yeah, that little
If he
short,
fuck-
that
I'm
little
gonna
little
bring him
short,
a couple bleach because he fuck with me today.
that little short guy that always blows up the downstairs bathroom asked me for some bleach. Like, what are we talking about here?
This seems more of a, it seems a little bit more of a woman's move. I don't know.
Oh, it's a real.
Maybe
It's
estrogen runs
a
high
real
in
estrogen move.
that guy.
Yeah, because
He's overflowing with estrogen.
Yeah, this move was filled with a lot of estrogen.
I don't know.
Oh, a lot of that.
I want to see if we need a chest up to see a man boobs.
But this guy, he's definitely crazy. But the other guy could be crazy too.
The other guy, no, okay, this guy's crazy. The other guy's at the minimum stupid.
Yeah, at the minimum.
Like,
stupid.
what are you doing?
We're leaving that Pepsi can out. All right. Next, we got Dababy. He's in this interview on Hot 97, and he just came out with an album. First of all, Dababy is an artist who came out on fire, hot, and ever since he's been dwindling a little bit here, and more so, a lot of people believe it's because of the comments he made against the LGBT community at a concert, and they think ever since he made those derogatory comments, that his career has been dwindling. But also, he has a repetitive sound in his music to where he only raps in a certain cadence. So a lot of people believe they're tired of that. So in his last album that he just released last month, in my mind, he's trying to get some audience, get some buzz going. So he says that he smashed Megan Thee Stallion in this song. All right. So in the interview, he's defending that he put that in a song, and he says, he says to Megan Thee Stallion,
What's his defense other than
why
it's
you're
true I
upset.
did it?
So the reason why he needs to defend it, first of all, is because it appears that he's friends with Tory Lanez, right? In the song, he says, I smashed Megan Thee Stallion a night before Tory supposedly shot Megan. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
So the night before that. Now, Megan basically on a date with Tory that day.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So he just had sex with Megan Thee Stallion before she goes out on a date with another rapper the very next day. All right? So, and apparently he's friends with Tory because during this entire thing, the only artist that is messing with Tory Lanez is Dababy. He's the only one putting him on songs. He's the only one bringing him out to concerts. So it appears that they're friends.
Yeah.
So you smashing this guy, you know what I mean? You put it in a song and, maybe y'all knew y'all was smashing her together. Who the hell knows?
That wasn't their business.
But on the outside looking in, the radio guys are actually like, oh, well, it looks like you're smashing your friend's girl at the time. So
what's his defense?
She
What does he
wasn't
say?
there. What are they business?
his defense is, he says, I knew that situation. I knew what was going on. And when I had sex with her, I didn't say anything. He said, to quote him, he said, I kept it player, I kept it G. My thing is, well, you're saying it now. Like, you know, yeah, like.
Why you not still keeping
like,
the player?
They're still going through the court
G?
process. Like,
Right.
why release this? Why put this out on a song now?
Yeah.
They haven't even went to court for it yet.
Yeah.
And so you throw this monkey wrench in there. And I don't care how it makes Megan Thee Stallion look. I think she's a liar. I don't give a fuck about her anyway. But it does make her look bad, too, because she's fucking two rappers basically on the same day within 24-hour the window here.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe it was a fourth and fifth rapper as well. You know?
Probably.
Yeah.
She seems like the type of chick that get drunk and like the fuck.
You know, and that is her, and that is her prerogative. She can do what she want to do. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, we not shunning. We not shunning that.
She is a grown-ass woman.
Yeah, we not shunning that at all. I welcome
We're
that.
encouraging that.
Yeah.
Promoting it.
Yeah, man.
Do it when you're around me.
Be grown and fuck.
Yeah. I think Dababy is crazy because, like I said,
He a sucker for this.
he's a sucker. He's that's
He a sucker for even.
Yeah, I don't
even
think
putting that on record that he had sex with that woman, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Calling her name out, that's some sucker shit, bro.
Really?
You want clout for fucking a bitch?
Yeah.
Nah, okay.
While she's going through something,
It
like
ain't
if it's
about-
just
bruh,
just regular,
Bro, we
it's
get
fine.
What is she going
motherfucker
through?
get pussy air
The Tory Lanez.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by that.
Huh?
I'm not impressed by that.
at all.
Like, what is she going through?
She not going
like,
through
emotionally?
shit. She went through something.
She
She
already
not
went
going
through
through
something.
that. Tory not harassing
Court,
her.
not going through like emotionally. I'm talking about literally going through a court proceeding.
Yeah.
Between the guy, didn't
She
you
put
gonna say?
herself through that.
All right, she did. That's all her. No, him. I think you nailed it with the first thing you said. His career has not been very good.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an ideal time to launch a song and create a contrived controversy about people that are already in the headlines ahead of you. So now I just kind of bootstrap onto this
Insert
and become
myself.
a talking point in it. That's all this is.
Yeah.
That's it. He probably did fuck her. She's probably a whore. Like,
It's okay.
it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, it's not like they were
It's
like
not okay to
it's
be
like
a,
her and
it's
Tori
not
were
okay to be
married
a
or
green
something
ass
like that.
dude. It's never okay to be a green ass dude and to put out your business.
No.
There's a lot of chicks, you know, that I can just go out and blast them and be like, oh yeah, I bust her up or I did this with her, you know. But why?
Yeah.
I
That's
want,
my
I
whole
want
thing.
some
Well, you're not
more.
trying. You're not trying to sell records.
I
Wood.
actually want some more again.
Yeah, but you're not trying to sell
It's
records
not
on
even
your
that. Even
flagging
if I
career.
was trying to sell records, I actually want some more. I'm a player. Even if I was trying to sell records, I would never do nothing like that to sell records.
No,
You
that's
don't have to do that when you make good music.
when you make
Nah,
good
yeah,
music.
nah,
and
you're
the
right.
Like when
music
you
is
sound the
struggling.
same way, when you sound the same, like this, and it's the problem I had with Lucci. It's the problem I had with Philadelphia Freeway.
Mm-hmm.
It's the problem I had. I had a lot of problems with Silk the Shocker, but we ain't gonna go there. But it's certain artists that get on tracks and it sound like they remade the last song they just did.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a different beat, but you're rapping the same way.
Yeah. All of it sounds the same.
Now, mind you, he be saying some shit.
Mm-hmm.
The baby be saying some shit. If you really listen to his lyrics, he be saying some shit. He get a little crazy because that's his style. But he be saying some shit.
But it all sounds the
But
same.
his whole album sound like a fucking run-on sentence.
But the reality is, a lot of these people are not that talented.
Yeah.
You know,
They're not.
and they just make.
And look
They
and look
know
how
how to
he
play,
look how he
but-
got on the scene. He didn't get on the scene with his music. He got
Well, he
on the
got
scene
seen
with
wearing a
antics,
diaper.
wearing a diaper in a public place,
He used to
a
show up.
big human
He used
diaper.
he used to be at South by Southwest with a pair of Jordans on, a big ass baby diaper on,
Yeah.
a pacifier,
Mm-hmm.
a
Why?
bib,
That's how he got famous.
a pacifier
Well,
and a
see-
fucking bib.
See, that's just.
But
That's
then
a nigga
also,
we let
but there's
it rap.
another
That's
thing too.
just
He-
terrible.
He used to
Like-
fight dudes and knock them out and
Wearing a diaper?
Apparently, he killed somebody too, and that'll give you.
While wearing a diaper.
Bro, he tried
In the
bro,
Walmart.
Bro, that man ain't even. Bro, they
In a
had-
diaper, though?
He got
No,
mad.
no, no,
He
not
got
at
mad
that
when
time.
they released the video of
would've
that.
been-
He got mad when they released the video of that because that man didn't even fucking try him like they say he did.
Yeah. But that can
But
propel
he
your
had the
career
right-
as a rapper, and
but,
he did.
But according to the video, he did really kind of have the right to pop his ass.
Yeah.
But
And, you know.
this is
I don't think
exactly.
he should have shot him.
This is exactly why.
But by the law, With all that going on, you can pop a motherfucker.
Ah, fuck the law.
My nigga.
This guy, man. This is why
My
you.
guy,
This is
man.
why you like. I hate that people like this get anything in life.
Yeah.
I do. You wore a
This dude go against your way
goddamn
of-
diaper to get popular,
Yeah.
and then you release boring music,
Yeah.
and now you fucked
He
a
had a
whore.
couple good tracks.
But like, dude,
Fuck the whore.
I mean,
Now
like,
you-
here's
now
the
you-
reality. Here's the
now you
reality.
some music bullshit you want to
The
talk about,
entertainment industry, hip hop, like, if he never existed, it wouldn't change a thing.
though.
Oh, no.
Goddamn.
He's add nothing to the party. So
He just makes
stay
money off
home
it.
in your diaper.
I
Have your mama wipe your ass.
I admire. I'm not gonna hate on him making some
I
money to
just
change
did.
his family life.
I hated it.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I hate it.
I
You should
can't do
never have
that.
had a career. It's a
No, no,
it's a
I'm not gonna do
stain
that.
on us
But
that we follow this
we-
type of guy.
we made him popular, so he deserves.
Yeah. No, fuck that. Ignorant elements of
You
our
get what- you
society,
get what comes
stupid
to you.
people,
it. Like, you
made
get what comes to you.
a dumb guy
You get
popular.
what you get your blessings.
Now,
What you do with them is the difference.
Atheists don't acknowledge blessings.
moving on here.
What
We
the hell
got
you
a-
talking about right now, Pink.
We got a new,
I'm an atheist. I don't believe in blessings. They don't exist.
listen, man. We got a New York man,
We get up and grind.
a man in New York charged with smuggling
We'll talk about
pythons,
this later.
smuggling pythons in his pants.
Whoa. I know the feeling.
That's just two. That's
skinny
like
black man.
That's a good joke.
As a skinny black man, I understand the feeling
Across the
of being
Canadian
accused
border.
of smuggling pythons.
This man is facing 20 years, man.
That's
facing
crazy.
20 years in prison.
That is
20
fucking
years,
crazy.
man?
Yes, man.
That's
He had
seems-
real pythons?
that seems
Yes.
excessive.
Yes. Because of the type of python it was is what they call it, endangered species.
It had to have been a baby python.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. And apparently he was on a New York. He was like on I think a subway or whatever they call that. You know, they were transportation up there. And the people saw it and just it cleared the subway.
How great would it be though if the reason it was discovered was like some chick was like looking at him and got
Looking
really
at the
interested and kind of made a move and then hey, this ain't what you want. I want it.
This is why Uncle Lilo can't go on New York train systems, man.
Keep Lilo off the train.
No, but yeah, man.
No
that's-
public transit for Uncle Lilo. That's great.
But this is facing 20 years. Like he's just trying to, in
doesn't
his
that
mind,
just seem like a lot though? 20 years, man.
Yeah, because of the type of python it was. He's just trying in his mind. He's
first of
trying to
all-
save the snake. In his mind, he's trying to save it.
He had one
Doesn't
snake
want-
or multiple.
It was like you said, maybe 2 baby pythons.
He was
man.
stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah, plural. It's pythons.
Yeah.
He had no business.
That's crazy.
If he had one, he probably wouldn't have got fucked with. But bitch, how you get 2 of these motherfuckers?
That's
these
too
these
funny.
motherfuckers in danger.
Yeah.
One, I might buy it. How the fuck you get 2?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's like a motherfucker popping up with a pterodactyl.
That's just funny,
How the
man.
fuck you get hold up, bro.
Is there a big market for baby pythons in Canada? Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing, right?
We having fun, man.
But he's
I don't
crazy
know.
as hell, man.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's crazy. as hell.
You stealing fucking, you smuggling python. What did that motherfucker bitch you?
It's like why not a backpack? Like, what the hell?
No,
Why is the
seriously.
snake in your pants, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first question.
Trying to hide it. I guess. Oh, yeah. A
At
backpack.
this
A
point,
big
we
backpack.
need to
Yeah.
lock
It seems
you
like
up.
a lot of other options.
Yeah.
Like
At this point, we
one
need
of
to
those
lock
like
you up.
travel suitcases with
A,
the wheels.
a box with holes poked in it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You know? You
What
got
if
it
the-
in your britches.
What if the python strangled his dick?
You feel me?
That'd be tough.
Or
That'd
bit,
be
bit
real.
it off or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking a thigh muscle or something. You done
Anything,
brought that
man.
up. That's worse.
Maybe just a testicle.
You feel me?
After that, throw me in prison, man. I don't have no
I
nothing.
deserve to be here.
I don't want to be out here and I
Sir,
can't use
listen,
it.
bro.
Hey,
Listen,
he
as
still
a-
got
as
a booty hole.
As a person who's been convicted
They'll make
of
that
a lot
work
of
in
things,
prison.
Right? I've been to jail a lot of times for allegedly things I did. It's certain things that you do in life when you just go to jail, you just gotta just get in the car and go.
All right.
That's crazy.
Like, it like for real. Like it was a moment one time when I don't mind airing my business out.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We've had a lot of success with jail
yeah,
stories.
Now we had a If you're gonna tell a jail story, it has to top the last one we just had.
How I went to jail.
Oh, how you?
How?
Okay.
Not in jail.
Okay.
I don't do that.
Okay.
That's stupid. I hate it being in there. I had fun. I gambled, slept, and ate. But going to jail, I caught a gun charge this night. LSU. I think LSU just beat Ohio State in the national championships, like 06 or some shit. Was that
like a long time ago.
I think that was the 06. Yeah,
That was Saban,
I'm
wasn't that?
40.
All right.
I just look young.
All right.
40 years old.
Yeah,
This is my 20s. I was going to do some things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody want to do some scram for some change. But I get to the hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
and when I get to the hotel room, I'm finna knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck? I hear some dudes' voices. Now, I'm not at the wrong room. I look at the text message. This the room the bitch said I'm supposed to be at. I listen. Now I hear her. And I hear two motherfucking dudes. So, man, you know, this young me.
Pull it out.
Pull it out. You know, I'm preparing defense.
Right.
You know, you gotta be on defense. So I'm preparing. I'm out of the camera. Hold up. Let me get back over here. All right. So I'm preparing myself. So I'm like, you know what? Not tonight. Let me leave.
Okay.
So you never knocked on the door. You're still outside just
No, I never knocked on the
listening
door.
in. Okay.
Never knocked on the door. When I went to knock on the door, I heard the shit, so I never knocked on
Just
the door.
stop it.
Now, is this your girl or just a girl you?
Oh, no. She want to do
Okay.
So I leave. My brother just dropped me off there.
Okay.
Bad move. Bad fucking move.
Because you got dropped off. You can't just automatically
But
leave.
my uncle stay around the corner.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna walk to Uncle's house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drunk as fuck. Mind you, I didn't know there was a fucking security camera by the stairs in the direction I was walking. Which means that camera seen every fucking thing I did.
That you pulled out the gun.
Oh.
Owner of the motherfucking hotel called the police.
Was this pre-Ray Rice maybe?
Oh, this is way before.
Okay.
Damn. So you didn't even, you pulled it out, but you didn't even like knock on the door, go in the room.
I did this. I went to the door.
Heard there wasn't nothing. Pulled it out.
I'm like this with it at the door.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like.
Yeah.
Like you about to do something,
You feel
rob,
me?
But then
maybe
you
rob the
leave.
I
place.
just like fuck it. I put it up.
Yeah.
Walk off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
I don't know if I'm the hotel owner and I'm watching the camera.
I think me personally, 'cause he's Indian, so he's still on the same hotel. I'm not gonna say which hotel or who the chick is. Motherfuckers from the hood know what time it was.
Some strange for piece of change. That sounds like
Yeah, I
OBT
was
hotel.
fucking around with the wrong thing, got the wrong time. 436 days. We ain't gonna get that. So I'm leaving. I go down the stairs. I leave. I'm walking down the road. I go down, the main road, turn off on the side road. I'm going down, Seminole County. This motherfucker jumped the curb. I'm drunk, bruh.
You walking.
Walking.
Yeah.
Got no don't stay but like 15 minutes on the walk.
Damn. Needed to be a lot closer.
What I should have did was took the other route.
No, I'm gonna tell you
I
what.
could have took a route that took me through some shit, but I would have had to get dirty.
Now I know in your
like not on the roads at all.
in your
just
younger
through the woods.
days and you doing whatever you was doing.
I was like 24.
I'm sure
25.
you probably was in situations where you probably did need the gun. But Pink has been on a rant but if you just didn't have that gun that night.
Oh, sure.
Between
Yeah,
16
You know what I mean?
between 16 and 27, if I ain't had my gun, I would have died.
At certain times,
No,
certain
no.
situations, not like
No, nobody like me. My friends like me. People who I ain't did, but people who I don't fuck with, they don't like me.
Is that in your head though?
No, that's reality.
You don't think like you put that in your head that people are after me?
No, well, listen. Now I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
We talking about me in my 20s.
Right.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Me in my 20s, the type of person I was and the type of people I hung around and the shit we was into in my 20s, I had to.
Okay.
I
But
was
just going to get some cutty.
You have to. Listen. If
I-
that's not your old lady and you go to her house without your gun.
That
you
wasn't
a
her
fool.
house. Wasn't her house
A
now.
hotel room, her house, anywhere that ain't your residence, without that cannon on you, and she not your chick, you a damn fool.
I will say this. And I'm not trying to implicate you in anything that you may or may not have done.
You can implicate me.
No, but I would just simply say this. I'm not a gun person, but that's premised on the life that I lead.
Yeah.
If I was doing things that put me in contact with potential violence, I would have a different view of that.
Yeah.
But because that would be my reality.
Yeah.
So I would say, I mean, accepting his word for what it is, I get that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's the a no gun
Because
situation.
I was in the streets. You feel me?
Yeah,
Gang
I mean, if
banging,
that's what you're
gang
doing,
banging, all that shit. You feel me? So it's like,
you're basically at war.
bruh, Spanish people hated me for so long.
East side.
Just Latin Kings.
Yeah.
They hated me for so long. It's like, but I'm unk for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, but I don't want to get into that because I left a part of that, in the jail. So it's like, I'm unk for a reason. When I just did, it was a pussy ass jail sentence, but I told myself when I come home, cause for real, I did so much I did so much fucked up shit.
Yeah.
That the shit that I actually had to sit down for, bro, let me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, cause that was dumb.
Isn't
Like
the shit.
not
But
even
honestly,
having.
I can talk about the shit and I ain't no double jeopardy here. But some of the shit I done beat, bitch, I actually did that shit. Like I really did that shit.
Yeah.
Shit, like I done been, like bro, I've been I've been to jail for some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? False imprisonment, kidnapping, firing an occupied dwelling, possession of firearm by a convicted felon. You feel me? Like them minimal shits. You feel me? Like shit. Like now the shoom and the I ain't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They just talking. The shit I did is public record.
Right.
It ain't. I ain't got no cases closed or expunged or nothing. All of my shit is public record. Everything I done said in court to the folks is public record. Bitch can look me up. That's why I'm so solid. I'm on.
So at one point were you like in and out? You were in and out?
In and out of what?
Jail.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
I mean, I've never been to the point where I've had to do 2, 3, 4, 5 years type shit.
In a row.
That prison shit was retarded, but me and the county jail are quite familiar.
Right.
And I done been to different county jails. Like I've been to Hillsborough.
Okay.
I done had to go in the back of Hillsborough, but Hillsborough sweet.
You ever been to a
It's
camp?
crazy. Daytona, sweet. I ain't never been no juvenile camp. I ain't really get caught when I was a jit.
Okay.
I got fucked up for truancy when I was a jit.
So,
and
but-
the
but-
motherfucker let my daddy beat my ass in the goddamn truancy office. And I was fucked up, police, because y'all watched them whoop my ass.
Your dad.
My
But
daddy
hold
tore my
on.
ass up.
What do you mean by sweet? Like what made one jail sweeter than the other?
All right, so one thing about Daytona, if you ain't real, they gonna punish your ass.
Who the inmates or the guards?
Inmates. If you ain't real, they gonna punish your ass. They really don't like Seminole County dudes. But if you a solid motherfucker, like basically you ain't in nobody business.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't out here lying on motherfuckers on. You know what I'm saying? You just buying your business. When everybody talk everything kosher, you straight.
So
Now,
what you seen happen to some of those dudes doing there?
Oh, they get punished.
Like what's
I mean, we ain't gonna get into
Give me something. You
this
ain't
the-
saying names, but
it's
give me
the
something.
county-
Like
it's
they got
the-
beat up.
It's
or,
the county jail. It ain't no locking the sock and hitting a nigga
yeah.
with a razor. You just get your ass beat up.
like jump.
Get in the shower, nigga. We gonna tear your ass up, nigga. Come over here in the shower and get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
Type shit. But I ain't really. I had a few encounters, but I ain't never really had nothing that really like Cause I'm the type of nigga like I really don't be on no bullshit.
Yeah, kind of
Like,
stay out
I'm
the
a
way.
defender. I'm on defense. I ain't on offense. See, it's a lot of motherfuckers out here on offense. They be trying to play bully, and they be trying to, oh, I'm a gangster, I'm a G.O. Chest side, that motherfucker. No, that's not me. I'm on defense, bro. I'm chilling. Me and my people over here. Don't bring that shit over here.
Right.
Gotcha.
Cause it's over here. Whatever you looking for is over here.
Right.
But we not on that. We just know how to be that.
Mm-hmm.
We really want to just chill. So that's the mentality like most people. But when I say it's sweet in Hillsboro, it's like, all right, the food is fucking disgusting. All right. But what I mean with it sweet is like, in that county jail in Hillsboro, the COs really don't give ain't nothing really finna shake. Cause they gonna, like, the other dude's gonna let you know, like, bro, as soon as you think you finna pop off, they coming in here.
Right.
Okay.
But it's just like Seminole County right now. But Seminole County don't got a basketball court in this sector that do this. It's like the new building with like M and L and all that. Like, the day room open all day. And so is the rec. They like each pod got a half court basketball court. Feel me?
Okay.
It's like you got the cells lined up. It's like 12 cells. 6 at the top, 6 at the bottom. You got the day room. I don't know. They might have, did some adjustments since I've been. I ain't been to Hillsborough County Jail since like 2007, 2008, something like that.
Plenty of time for renovations.
Yeah. I had to go there twice. I had to go there when I got arrested, then when they picked me up from a warrant. But but when you go in there, from the time the day room open, they open up that, the little glass door so you can go outside on the rec. And it's just a half-court basketball court.
Gotcha.
You can either chill or you can play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
But you can do that all day. They got a TV. You know what I'm saying? They have a TV, cards, chess, checkers, books.
Okay.
That's where I do my reading.
There you go.
Okay.
James Patterson. James Patterson only.
If you're gonna end up in the county jail,
James Patterson.
What's his
Season of the Machete?
What's he write about? Is he like spy stuff? Or?
Bro, a lot of stuff. He write about spy stuff. He write about like organized gang stuff. Like Seasons of the Machete. I'm gonna give you I ain't gonna kill it for you, but it's like it's a guy on vacation and he witnesses a murder. And it's like a cartel murder.
Okay.
And he got to deal with the cartel throughout the book. I want you to read the book cause bro, this is one of the few books I've read that every page gave me a visual.
Nice.
Like some books you read and you be like, all right, let me get through this page to get to the juice of the chapter. But
Penthouse Letters used to give me a lot of visuals back in the day.
Somebody been telling me I need to read that.
Oh yeah, back in the day. I don't know if they still make them, but yeah,
somebody told me
as like a teenager, you'd go to the Barnes and Noble.
Cause my boy Sean P.
What was
from
that about?
Intervision give me a lot
It's Penthouse Letters.
My
It's
boy
like
Sean
sex
P. give me
stories.
a lot of thought on what I need to read.
Like it'd be like
Shout out to
various
Sean P.
sex stories. Like
Yeah.
Sean P. tell me to do a lot of reading, and I want to believe. I don't want to say he did it, but I believe Sean P. was the one who told me I needed to do some reading.
Yeah, if you're into erotic literature, go into the Penthouse Letters archives.
Whoa.
Bring lubrication.
Please bring the petroleum.
Well, to another person who says they do quite a bit of reading, even if it's just coaching books, is Deion Sanders, man.
Oh yeah.
Now Deion has been in the news a lot lately with Jackson State. What I wanted to do was talk about what's been going on at Jackson State lately. I'm going to play this video here, but you know what? Let's we'll keep that muted here. Jackson State recently had a homecoming.
Yes.
And they bought out a lot of stars, man. They bought out Rick Ross to the homecoming.
Rick Ross had the red carpet, red seat treatment.
Bought out Snoop Dogg. Bought out
the P Valley cast.
The P Valley
was
cast.
your guy there?
Oh yeah,
the lead guy?
Yeah. Both of them were there, man. Uncle Clifford and the rapper. Oh man, y'all know his name. But anyway, it's just that it's at all of these big stars, man. They go Rick Ross at a huge, at a HBCU, not a huge HBCU, but all these huge stars at a HBCU, man. That's just, it means so much to get that, and we know it's all because of Deion.
Yeah, for sure.
They
You know,
forgot Prime was a rapper.
Yeah, back in there. So you go from
I remember that song. I remember that. I remember that.
I'm that fucking old. I just showed my age.
so you go from the impact on the field to now even the impact that he's making. Like, if I'm just a general student, not even a football player, I want to be at a HBCU that's bringing out Rick Ross and like I went to Bethune-Cookman, and our homecoming is coming up in a week, and we got Glorilla coming out.
He had to watch what Deion did.
Oh yeah. I was there.
You was there.
I was there. I was there. Yeah, I was there, and they whooped us pretty bad.
Good seats too. You had real good seats.
Yeah, you did.
I look out for. I'm an alumni, man. I spent a couple dollars, but yeah, we got Glorilla coming this year. That's who we got. Bethune-Cookman.
All right.
Compared to Jackson State getting Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross, and they had Yellow Beezy performing at halftime.
Y'all deserve Glorilla.
And ain't nothing wrong with Glorilla.
Y'all ain't know what to do with Victor Johnson. Y'all deserve Glorilla.
And Glorilla should go bring out all the little girls there that's at school, but that's not gonna do anything for us alumni and the women there. So
y'all know y'all gonna be F and F though.
Yeah, they gonna play that to the death. But like I said, man, the impact is going. Even if I'm a general student, I want to be there, man. I want to be.
For sure.
No, you should.
I'm really intrigued by the Deion impact. I wonder what the impact of just enrollment is.
Yeah.
Like, and how many applications are they getting? That's what I'm saying. For student body now. Is it,
Yeah,
and
you got Nick Saban hating on them.
And I'm sure you're going to have, what that's going to mean is that, like, whatever, your grades, your standards, all that's going to go higher. It is a stunning transformation that he has underway.
Yeah.
And it's really, he's succeeding by every measure you can succeed. I mean, just literally, there's been nothing bad.
Honestly, though,
from his efforts.
Honestly, Bubba, you could attest to this. Mm-hmm. Just not even. It's not playing a card. It's just playing a mentality and like what we like us. If you a young black dude, how you not gonna go play for Prime?
Yeah. I mean, it's getting to that.
How you not gonna go play for Prime and he wants you? This is the greatest football player ever. Fuck positions. There's a lot of people that were great at positions. When it comes to the game of football, this was the greatest football player ever.
And you get him in your living room. It's gonna be hard to say.
Before there was a Revis Island, nobody passed to the side Prime was on.
Well, but I mean, like it's that, but it's so much big. I mean, like
it's a big
the playing
touchdowns on every level of football.
Yeah, I mean the playing, his playing career speaks for itself. He's showing now he's got some coaching chops. Yeah. He's done well recruiting. He's built this incredible environment at Jackson State. And then the other thing is like he's also sort of embraced this role of being like a voice of wisdom.
Yeah.
The stuff he's saying and the stuff he's putting into social media platforms, it's universally good. It's well thought out. It's pushing an agenda of like maturity and professionalism in young people.
You know what stand out for me for it?
What's that?
Most boys do not want to play for their dad.
Yeah, there was a period of time my son didn't want to play for me.
These boys
went to the extent
love playing for their dad.
Oh, for sure.
And play at a high level for him.
Yeah.
You got some boys that's like, my dad pushed me too hard. I don't want him to be my coach, man.
Yeah.
They like, no, my dad bring out in me what need to come out of me.
Right.
I want to play for him.
Yeah, no, it is an interesting dynamic.
Shador is like the best, because we all know, I forgot his name, it started with an S too. Shiloh.
Yeah.
Shiloh is like 75% of what Deion was. Mm-hmm. He's not his dad, but he's like a strong 75% of what his dad was.
I think he's going to be the one that makes it to the next level.
Really?
Shador is going to be a good quarterback. I don't think he's going to be a star quarterback. He can be. If he make a turnaround, he can make a turnaround and have a leap with the right tutelage. Because there's things at quarterback his daddy can't teach him.
Yeah, he'll have to go undrafted.
Like his daddy,
it's so hard.
Like his daddy always tell them, we got rich off these feet.
You think so?
I know so. Yeah.
Why?
I don't think he'll be a high draft pick at quarterback. I think he'll go 4th round.
Yeah.
3rd, 4th round.
From Deion's connections, he could go, mid to late rounds, but I just think he'll go undrafted.
Does he have bad measurables?
There's a lot of backup.
Not great.
They're not great.
Think about the players who do come from that type of level. You got Carson Wentz. I mean, he's a fucking man-child.
We had Steve McNair before.
Man-child.
Steve McNair.
It's
been other people.
There was a man-child.
Trey Lance.
Yep.
A physical marvel. Like these guys, he's not. Sanders is not at all.
No.
He's a smaller frame.
Young went to Utah. I was finna say Steve Young went to a low BYU. I thought Steve Young went to a lower school.
No.
Smaller frame, and he's not.
I forgot he went to the Mormon school.
The Mormon school.
He doesn't. He doesn't pop off the page athletically. He doesn't flip off the screen. He doesn't jump off the screen athletically.
Right.
I'm sure he's athletic,
Patrick
but
Mahomes
he's not
either.
Lamar. He's not, and not that you have to be. I'm saying he's not even Russell. You
Patrick
know what I mean?
Mahomes didn't jump off the screen either.
Nah, Patrick can throw 90 yards. He always could.
Patrick didn't jump off the screen.
He
though.
did. He had games where he threw for 700 yards. Texas Tech, I mean.
Yeah.
He had games where you know what I mean? The duel with him and what
Baker
that was.
Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker. He set records. And what I'm saying is,
where that running back at from Wyoming?
it's
from
not
Wisconsin,
just that. It's
where
that the
running back-
level
where
he's
the running
on.
back at from Wisconsin that broke the record.
The running back.
Cause my boy from Oklahoma broke it, and then the boy from Wisconsin broke it.
But it's not just about breaking records. It's also about the
Exactly.
level, but the level that he's on too.
Exactly.
Like they put all of that into context, and he's not going to jump off the page athletically. He's not extremely accurate, but he is a good quarterback.
You put him
but that's
in
the
right
problem.
system and he would show out.
Like Trey was undoubtedly the best quarterback in that.
I think we talked about it
in
last
that
time.
division
I call
and
it,
on that level.
I call it the White Howard syndrome.
Shedeur is not.
I call it the White Howard syndrome, and I call it that for everything. All right, when somebody's good at something, and you know they're good at something, but you take them and you try to make them do something else. I hope they don't do that with him. I hope they see what he's good at and his strong points,
Well, I mean,
and build offense around that.
I think he was a 3 borderline 4-star recruit. Florida State wasn't seriously pursuing him. He was prior to Deion getting the Jackson State job. He was committed to FAU to play for Willie Taggart. So he didn't come in as a 4 or 5 star guy. I agree with you. It's probably not a physical marvel player. But he'll have to be on campus one more year.
Yeah. Some more experience.
I'm not writing it. I'm not saying he's going to be a projected first-round guy, but if he continues to grow, it wouldn't surprise me to see him go in the middle rounds.
That's a better way to put it. Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
That would be the thing. But again, I don't off the top of my head, I don't know.
I don't see him
his
second
measurables.
round.
I don't know if he's 6 foot or 6'2".
But next year,
I thought it was like 6'1".
Next year, you got to expect
6'2", 6 foot, like 6'1"ish.
Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe he is. I just don't know.
they're going
not
to play.
6'2".
They're going to play better teams next year. It's going to be better players around him next year. So that's really what I want to see.
He got his homeboy at receiver.
It was hard for me. He threw 2 interceptions in the game that I went to against Bethune, but I'm not pinning that against him. But what I'm saying, it's hard to look at that game and come away with something about him because he's going against Bethune-Cookman.
Right.
Bethune-Cookman is a bad team in that division. You know,
right.
Let alone playing
it's
in that
game.
division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not a lot I wanted to take away from that game looking at him.
And at the end of the day, he'll benefit from playing better competition next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he'll be
and
put
that's
in
what I
some
want to
different
see.
situations and stuff.
Yeah.
And again, and we talked about this a couple weeks now running, where if the majority of your games are blowouts, you don't see some of the things that they like to see out of quarterbacks. How do you handle close games and manage clock and stay composed when you're trying to make a comeback?
Oddly enough, their closest game this year was their homecoming game. And it's funny because the first time we talked about Jackson State is you're supposed to schedule the worst team for your homecoming game. I don't know if they actually the team they scheduled
is Campbell, wasn't it?
Yeah, they don't have an awesome record. But at the same time, it was a close game.
Yeah, and it might have been a little bit of a trap game. And honestly, I mean, maybe all the fanfare was a little bit of a distraction that week.
Yeah,
I mean, could be
for the players too. Yeah,
could be.
Yeah. when you got the strippers coming from the paint. From
Yeah.
a little distracted, man. But that has been your show for today. We didn't get to the Kanye topic, but we'll bring it back next week if it's still trending. And you can go back to last week, to when we talked, the last 2 weeks actually.
Yeah.
When we talked about Kanye. We almost
Kanye
Kanye'd out here on the
Kanye
bench.
is the perfect example of when keeping it real goes wrong.
But we don't have time to get into it. You guys have been on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. Shout out to Wood, Altamont Wood, coming through. And we'll see where his Cowboys go. Where his Cowboys go.
Big shout out to Ant Simon, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Anthony Simon, man.
That's
they
right.
playing with my YG, man.
See you guys
Shout
next
out
week.
to my boy Charles. Man. Charles,